Well, we do have the aftermath coming up on RMG Plus. If you don't subscribe to RMG Plus, sign up right now at roverradio.com so you can watch or listen live. I do want you to know that anybody subscribing from China, we do charge a 500% tariff on your RMG Plus subscription. So sign up right now there, and you can watch or listen live as Schnitzer and Chocolate Charlie continue on RMG Plus. You can watch or listen live there on the website or with the Rover Radio app on your phone, your tablet, or your TV. But sign up for RMG Plus at roverradio.com. Doogie, what do I have to give away?
You have a pair of Disturbed tickets to give away. The Sickness 25th Anniversary Tour, March 31st at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. You can get tickets and more info at rocketmortgagefieldhouse.com if you do not win them today.
All right.
Caller 10.
So the guy that was, yes, caller 10, 866 Yo Rover, 866-967-6837. I guess to the guy who called in, I would say just do a quick Google search and you will find out. Caller 30, Doogie, not caller 10. Caller 30, 866 Yo Rover. Thank you, everyone. Caller 30.
I've never heard her do.
I don't know what she's doing in there.
I don't know what she's saying.
Yeah. Caller 30, 866-967-6837.
At 10. Got it. Caller 30.
What?
Nothing you're saying is making sense.
Caller 30, not 10.
A quick Google search, by the way, on who ends up paying the final costs of tariffs. I would recommend that to the guy, and who actually ends up. You do, and U.S. businesses do, and just. But whatever. No, it's just free money we're getting from China, and everything will actually get cheaper. I like that. We will be back live tomorrow morning. Have a great day. It's Rover's Morning Glory. Bye.
Bye.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Something to say? Text us at 47142. Start your message with Real Radio. Standard data and message rates apply, and don't text while driving. Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. A mix of clouds and sun today with a chance for an isolated shower as temperatures return to the low and mid-80s this afternoon with an onshore breeze. Then partly cloudy, warm again tonight with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s by Wednesday morning with a chance of coastal showers.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
The pioneering storytelling show Red Pilled America presents a 6-part election series telling the stories behind the movements battling for the White House. What does each movement want? Find out by listening to Red Pilled America's election special on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America.
Hey, it's Greek to tell you about my new favorite spot, Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Streets. Pollard is an upscale, sophisticated coffee shop specializing in a wide range of coffee, beverages, and teas. Located in Deerfield Beach, proud sponsor 2024 Greek's Gridiron. Pollard Coffee, the way I start every day. Peace.
Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th in Palm Beach County. Polls are open at 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Early voting is available through November 3rd at 26 locations throughout Palm Beach County. You can make an appointment to save time at votepalmbeach.gov. Mail ballots are due by November 5th. You can also drop off mail ballots at any early voting locations or one of the 4 location offices. You can track your ballot status online at votepalmbeach.gov. For details on voting locations, early voting, and tracking mail ballots, visit votepalmbeach.gov.
You met with the stable boy despite your father's orders. He hoisted you onto the saddle and you wrapped your arms around him, embracing his silent strength. He lay you down amongst the wildflowers. You experienced love like never before while you were buying dish soap. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover heart-stopping romance titles on Audible.
Is credit card debt ruining your life? Did you know you have a right to settle that debt for much less than you owe? DebtBlue has helped people just like you resolve millions of dollars of high-interest credit card debt. They can help with payment relief, the burden of rising inflation, and have a large portion of your debt wiped clean. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, a free 10-minute phone call could save you thousands. Discover how to reduce or completely resolve your credit card debt. In fact, we're so sure that we can reduce your debt that we offer the DebtBlue Success Guarantee. We don't get paid unless your debt gets reduced or resolved, so there's absolutely no risk to call. For your free debt resolution plan, call 800-375-1158. That's 800-375-1158. The call is free. The consultation is free. The more you owe, the more you can save. Call now. 800-375-1158. 800-375-1158.
Hey everyone, it's Jay Shetty, and I am so excited to let you know that my latest podcast interview is with the one and only Tom Hanks.
I have left many wonderful atmosphere or a loving atmosphere without thinking, oh, things were really wonderful back then. I wish I was back there. Jay, I don't think I've ever thought that.
Listen to On Purpose with Jay Shetty on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search On Purpose.
Bet live with Hard Rock Bet. Real-time wagering till the very last play. Missing the kickoff doesn't mean all bets are off.
Delay a game on the guy who hasn't bet yet.
Sometimes you just know your team is going to come back. The Sportsbook for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Moments like making my kids mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
A decent drive along your expressways this afternoon. 95 and the Turnpike currently accident-free, flowing freely as well. Got some road work here on Lakeview Avenue westbound at Flagler Drive, blocking the left lane, and construction Southern Boulevard westbound after Kirk Road. The right lane is blocked. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by PureTalk.com. Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword BANK at realradio921.com. That's BANK Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Redefining radio. This is where the fun begins. Introducing Greek.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever love more you than anybody else you love more.
Francis.
Because then you're just like, you're squeezing your banana so hard every time you come in here, and then you're pounding it on the desk.
Let's get the party started. It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
Woohoo! It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. What a fantastic day, man. Sun is shining, 85 degrees. Work on your 10. Yankee fans, man, I know it's tough. It is tough. Some people want the Yankees to lose tonight to get it over with. Some people want the Yankees to win. If you want World Series tickets, guess what? The prices are going down in New York because the Yankees are not doing good. Monday Night Football, Giants lose. Jets and Giants on primetime games are horrendous. You always get those text messages and notices after the game starts. But again, Giants had a chance at the end of the game, didn't win. We'll talk about that. We got a lot going on every single day. You got a chance to win $1,000 13 times a day with Rover. We got a big Instagram giveaway that you will enjoy. That's called Just the Tip. And so much more. It is a Tuesday on the Penthouse. It couldn't be a better Tuesday. It's the best Tuesday I probably had in years. I can't believe how good this Tuesday is. And Dobster's in here with the short haircut. Man, first day to beard, now the hair. What is up?
Just getting trimmed.
Getting trimmed. Now, why didn't you do it the same day? Is it a different barber, or you did one by yourself?
I just did the shave myself, and then I went before work today.
Yeah, sorry. Now John Wick's out. We got to go with Tom Hanks' picture. We definitely do. You got to.
He'll be back.
You look great, buddy. You look good.
I was like, your barber opens up early, huh? If you went before work today?
Yep.
Yeah, that's real early.
I like that.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, you're always
8 o'clock.
bopping around super early.
Yeah.
Most of the time, a lot of them don't. 9 o'clock, right, is typically like 9 or 10 is when they start opening.
How about for the ladies? Same thing?
Yeah.
9, 10?
Yeah, 9, 10.
Good morning to Francis, who
Hi.
always looks great. Hello.
Hi, good morning. Why so chipper this morning? He came in and he was like, "Rah." I was like, oh my God, I haven't had enough coffee yet.
I got to put it in neutral.
I mean, he knew. And I'm still like doing work and show prep. And he's like, I was like,
I just said I walked
can't
out.
right now. It's
I
too
walked
much.
out. I walked out. I did see your thing on social media with the stone crabs. Wow, they look great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I had to redo the picture.
Well-
And I'm just going to say this. Well, let's just say there was something in the background, which if you have your medical card, it's okay to have. But I don't know if work would have been okay with it. And a couple of people noticed. They were like, is that in the background? And I was like, oh, sure is. And so I texted the big boss and I was like, I should probably take this down, huh? And he laughed. He was like, yeah, you should probably take it down. So then I did a little photo editing and I turned it into a flower vase. So now it's back up.
Oh,
I laughed.
interesting.
I was like, whoop, my heart went. But, it is what it is.
All right.
The point being, before you post things, maybe look and see what's in the background.
A lot of people don't.
Maybe do that instead.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. Even when you take pictures, sometimes there's somebody in the background not supposed to be there. We've heard stories of girls get mad at guys, like ex-girlfriends are there, or somebody's in the back picture and you don't know.
Yeah, people know that. I mean, the photograph my husband took and he sent to me, and I was like, hey, can you send me? And of course, all I'm paying attention to is this big platter of stone crab.
Which looked great.
And me. I didn't really check to see what's going on the rest of the picture.
Well, it looked great.
I want to see the original because I'm looking at the edited one now.
I'll send it to you. I mean, if I do say so myself, I did a good job editing.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know editing, but the stone crabs looked awesome.
Yeah.
We have Joseph's, who every year is nice enough to bring us some stone crabs, and we have them in the studio. We're probably, now, Dom, are you a fan of stone crabs? No, you don't like them, right?
Never had them.
Okay, good. You won't
You've
miss
never had them, huh? You won't miss it.
You never had it, you won't miss
That's
it.
funny.
I said that to a girl last night. I said, if you never had it, you won't miss it. So don't worry about it. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. If you're a Yankee fan, do you want it to end tonight or do you want it to continue? What do you want? Do you want the misery to end or just be like, one more game?
I don't know. I don't think you want to get swept.
No, I don't think anybody wants to get swept. They're 100% right. I can't believe the tickets are dropping so much. The same guys who called me for tickets, a couple of them were calling me this morning and asking me, do I know anybody who wants to buy tickets? It's so funny because they don't, you go to a Yankee game or any sport event and your team loses and you're a fan and you spend a lot of money, it sucks.
It's just so depressing. You walk out of there,
course.
especially if you get on planes. Like, you think about all the money you spent, and you're like, oh, man. And Yankees had a chance again last night a couple times, but the Dodgers they get the big hits. Freeman's probably going to win MVP if they win. He had another home run last night, and he was good odds to win the MVP. But again, we'll see what happens tonight. They play tonight, and they play Wednesday in New York, and then they go back to L.A. If you want to buy a broom in L.A., I'm sure they're going to be very expensive if the Dodgers win.
I don't know if there's any brooms out there. It's Halloween. A lot of witches.
You're right. Wow, it is a bad week. I didn't even read about all the witches. You're right,
All
Franny.
the witches. You'll never know.
Man, I got to work on my costume. Oh, my God.
It is Tuesday, as G-May mentioned, just the tip. We do have it up and ready to go, and hopefully this is correct, because normally I'm like, oh, the wrong one. No, I made sure to get with our Kingpin promotion, last week, and he was like, this is what we got going on, and what we have going on is tickets to the Stewart Air Show. I'm like, God, I can't believe it's here already. I feel like I was just there last year.
I love that show.
So
every year. Can't wait.
You don't go. So it is a 4-pack of tickets to the Stewart Air Show, and that is just around the corner, November 8th through the 10th. Whittenfield, it's of course, Stewart, Florida. This is 35 years of tradition, including what they say a magical aerial spectaculars, live music, so much more. If you want to check it out, all you have to do is hit us up on our Instagram. It is just the Tip Tuesday. That's our Tuesday Instagram post. Our handle on Instagram is @RealRadio921. You will see the post. Follow all the instructions. And just like that, you'll be in the running. We will pick somebody tomorrow morning around at 10 a.m. So if you do register for this, make sure that you check your direct messages, because that's how we get in touch with you to let you know that you won.
Franny went up in a plane years ago, Dom.
I did.
And I didn't Jimmy too?
Yep.
Jimmy went up in a plane one time, and Franny went up.
Yeah, we went in I can't remember exactly what kind of plane it was, but that's like, I mean, they were doing all kinds of aerial trips.
Yeah?
And it was nuts. But the best part of it, well, it wasn't the best part, but the most memorable part of it is, so you have to get in on the wing, right? And so I think that there might have been little stairs that they rolled over. I can't remember, but it still was a pretty big reach for me from the stair to the wing. So I had to do a big old stretch with my leg, and all of a sudden I just hear this rip. My jeans ripped, and I'm talking about like a good 8 inches in the back, right? Yes.
And the pilot was like, "Yeah."
I did not wear stretchy pants, and I probably should have. So at least I'm sitting on my ass in the plane. So, but at that point, because the guy's behind me helping me up, it's
a treat for him.
I just heard this. I was like, oh no.
He said to her, next week, same time.
Oh no. But it was cool. It was very fun.
Awesome job. So if you guys want to get involved, give us a call about the Yankees or anything else. Halloween is coming up. And last night I was out again. I noticed certain things with people's phones. And this does kill me, but it's true. And you guys can be honest and answer this. If somebody calls you back to back, will you answer on the second call?
Probably.
If you don't answer on the first one.
I'd answer on the first one, probably.
Okay, so you're not that person that just messed to go to voicemail. How about you, Franny?
Yeah. I mean, if that's the thing, if they're calling once and maybe I because my phone's always on silent, so I do notice sometimes I miss phone calls.
Yeah.
And then I see that they're calling again, and I do notice that the second time I will. But there are times where sometimes you just don't feel like talking to people, and you do look at your phone and you're like, no, not right now. But if they do it again, then in your head, I think you go, something must be going up. What's up?
Yeah.
It's got to be important, an emergency. So I think most of the time you would answer it if it happened twice in a row.
Yeah, most people do. To me, it's like, if you're going to answer the second time, I want to answer the first time. It happened last night like 6-7 times with my friends and in a row. And I'm like, you guys kill me. Just pick up the phone. You're picking it up the second time.
Well, especially if you're out and about like that, too. Like, let's say you are having dinner or you are I mean, to me, it's a little rude if you're sitting at a table with people to pick up the phone. But unless you are expecting, right, a phone call from your doctor or your mom or whatever it is, completely different. So I can understand that. If you're out with friends and you're sitting at a table, you don't pick up the phone. But if it's a back-to-back call, then you're kind of like, all right, excuse me, something must be up.
I got to get this.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times it isn't anything. It's just somebody just calling you that wants to talk to you or whatever. But I do notice that a lot with people. So if you want them and you want to talk to them, what you do is just call them twice. If it's anything that you think needs to be addressed. Because I noticed that with everybody. Not even, again, we were just banging around, hanging out, having cigars, watching the game, and enjoying the atmosphere that we were at. But yeah, I do notice a lot of people who do that all the time. It's like, and they always say the same thing. Oh, it must be important. There must be something wrong. There might not be anything wrong or important. They just know to get you. So if you want somebody, you want to talk to them, call them twice. Or let it ring once, hang up, then call them again, and they will definitely pick up. Halloween is Thursday. Don't forget. And is it appropriate to dress up at work? Now, do you have to find out? Do you have to ask? Or do you just pull up and go, this is my costume, bitch?
I would say you got to know your audience. I would say you have to know that your work's okay with it.
How about if you were a judge? How about a lawyer in front of a judge?
You got to know. This, obviously, we're in the industry we're in is pretty lax. I think we are okay wearing costumes. In fact, they used to have contests.
Yeah.
They encourage it. But I think you might have to figure it out. Maybe your boss doesn't like Halloween. Maybe it's something that's very, just tied up. Like you can't. So I think you got to know. You got to know your workplace. You got to know if your boss is cool with it before you just show up, not knowing if it's okay.
How about a restaurant or a fast food place?
A lot of places, a lot of restaurants dress up.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen fast because they're typically uniforms.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of restaurants do Halloween parties, but they'll encourage it and they'll tell you to dress up.
Yeah. What do you think, Dom? Where is it inappropriate? Where isn't? As an attorney, would you think it's appropriate? If you're in court.
Yeah, you're going to show up as a prisoner?
Scarecrow. Walk in.
Impersonating an officer?
Yeah. You're an attorney if you show up as Taylor Swift. And you got a court date in front of it. How about if you had a court case and your lawyer showed up dressed up? Would that bother you? Like it was a big case and you're like, who the hell are you? What do you mean? I'm Kevin Hart. What? What are you doing? What do you think? Yeah, you got to know your audience. There's no doubt about it. And you don't want to be the only one who dresses up too, like at your work. And there's no age either. You could dress up no matter how old you are, young you are when you're at work. Halloween is one of those holidays. You just, everybody's out and about doing their thing. Like Wednesday night, I'm sure there'll still be some parties. And Thursday night, there'll be last weekend.
A lot of parties Thursday night going on still.
Yeah. Because a lot of people Friday, maybe just, November 1st are going to take off. We are doing our turkey giveaway again, thanks to DiMartino Produce. I got the okay. We will tell you the location in about, I would say 4 or 5 days. But it's a tradition we do on Real Radio for years and years and years. And always so happy for all the people who get involved. DiMartino Produce will be doing it again. But I will tell you the location next week. So you will have about maybe 3 weeks. And we will do it the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. We always do it that Tuesday. And then around 6 o'clock that night, it's tradition, I have dinner with a couple of bookmakers and loan sharks. We just talk about the year and everything that's happening. So it works fine. I think we're right on scale to do that. Dom, can we count on you this week? Were you there last year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember you were there. That's right.
I set up everything for you.
Yeah, I do remember that. And little did I know, years later, I'd be looking at you 4 hours a day. Wow.
5 hours.
Yeah, it's 5. Yeah.
Ooh, lucky me.
Don't forget that other hour. Greek Stone.
Lucky you. I did bring up to management last night that you want November 16th off. And you have to help some people in the hospital locally.
How did that go?
Not great.
Speaking of November 16th, that's our tastings event. If you guys want to go, we have our tickets up for sale, pbtastings.com. If you want to get an hour earlier, we have VIP tickets available, but those are limited. So that gets you in from 4 to 5, where you get to sample all this goodness. We're talking local food from some of the area's greatest restaurants. We also have breweries, wine. There's going to be some spirits there, live music. It's a great time. Some of your favorites and not so favorite iHeartRadio personalities will be hanging out there too. But we have, City Cellar Wine Bar is one of the restaurants that's going to be there. Talkin' Tacos. We have Rita's Italian Ice. If you like candy, if you got a sweet tooth, the bulk candy store will be there. A bunch of places. So make sure you get your tickets. That's pbtastings.com. And I mentioned yesterday, if you have a restaurant or a brewery or anything that you want to showcase there, right, you can. You just have to email tastings@iheartmedia.com.
I mean, last time, maybe I'm mistaken, didn't they have something for to adopt puppies?
Yep.
Big Dog was there?
Yep. We had Big Dog there with a bunch of puppies.
Oh, my God. There was one dog. I still have a picture on my phone. I was so close. I'm never home, so I wouldn't be a good dog owner. I mean, you live in luxury, but that's it. But oh, my God, I was tempted. I really was. And it was just, it's tough to put them down. I mean, it's like a hot brunette. I mean, once you pick it up, you're like, oh, man.
Might help you get one, though.
Yeah. You never know. Yeah. Well, dogs are an icebreaker.
Yeah, they are. But I told him, I was just like, he's just not home enough for a dog.
He can bring it with him.
If he gets a small one. You get a little pocket dog, get a little one you can put in a bag and take with you. I can see that. I can see you taking your dog. It's just not the cigar bar that often. I don't know how good cigar smoke is for the pup.
If anything, maybe a beagle.
You can put those in a bag. They're small enough.
They're big beagles. Not to put in a bag?
Yeah, absolutely. They make little bags for them.
I would feel bad, though. I really would, like, because I'm not home. I'm
Well,
never
no,
home.
that's what we're saying. You're taking it with you.
Yeah, but I mean,
Bring
I don't
it
know.
here. You can bring it to the.
I can't bring it here. That's not appropriate. I'm not an employee. I do everything the rule book says. I should write the rule book.
But do you?
I should write the rule book. I should run the company. We definitely make more money. It is the Penthouse. Dominic says yes.
I'm just going to nod my head.
Yeah, it is the Penthouse. Facts. On a Tuesday. It is a great Tuesday. Sometimes in life, you do something good for somebody and something happens. This morning, my phone rang at 4:15. One of my friends had a little inconvenience at the Hard Rock Casino. He said, Greek, can you come down? And of course. What do? I get up, I get dressed, and I go. Because that's what you do for good friends. You rally. You help them. There's no line for friendship. And maybe when I was walking out at 6:15 this morning, I played a little roulette.
Oh, so you must have hit. Is that why you're in such a good mood? That's why he's in a good mood. He won money. I was wondering. I was like, something. Either got laid this morning or won money. Those are the only two things that would put you in such a good mood. All right, figured it out. He won.
And then we're at the valet, and he goes, Greek, I don't understand. You're so cool. But I said, hey, buddy. I didn't tell my one. I said, we're friends, and there's no chalkboard. You got a problem. I got a problem. You would do the same for me. Call me next time. Now, if I went different direction, I would have been like, what? And I always love the element at the casinos, like 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock. Ooh, you see some, especially in Vegas. Vegas, the good thing is that the pros are a lot cheaper because they're trying to knock one out before breakfast again, or they're like, they've been around all night, and they're like, all right, let me knock off 200. But yeah, you just see some unusual characters like 4:30, 5 o'clock. And banging on the machines when they lose. Damn it. And I'm like, come on, buddy, calm down. The life is great. I'm flying around like Peter Pan. I'm like, this is awesome. The valet guy was like, wow. I said, here you go, buddy. Have a great day.
What number was it that hit?
34, 31, and 30.
There we go.
3 in a row. So after 3 in a row, I said, that's it for me. I'm not going to win 4. How lucky can you get? And again, it was just walking by. I figured I'd take a shot. I had $1 on each, so it worked out. It was awesome. 877-927-6969. Franny let that go. She really popped out.
I was sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
And I get yelled at for that.
I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention to you.
Double standard.
My bad.
It's Halloween. Trick or treat. Make sure you take care of the kids. And is it appropriate to wear a costume to work? And should you ask your boss first? Strip clubs, yeah, Monroe's. The girls will be having on some different costumes, definitely. Cigar bars, they will. New York Prime, I don't think so. High-end restaurants, probably not.
What about you, G? You coming in?
I'm thinking. I'm 50-50. I'm like...
He never has. Never has. I don't think I've ever seen him dressed up in a costume.
I might this year. I say it. I got to make... I wrote, actually...
That's the thing I say. When he says might, it's a no. Because when you do things like me, because you and Johnny, our former host, used to say the same thing, you know when I'm going to do it because I tell you to do it. But if there's kind of that teetering, maybe, it's probably not happening.
I have it on my thing to do list today in my car.
Yeah, what does it say?
Number 7 says Halloween costume.
Okay.
So there's a place by my house.
Why don't we put it up on the list a little bit? Maybe you'll get it done.
I already knocked out the first 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you only have 2 more things to do?
Yeah. So I think I could do it.
You got this.
There's a place right by my house that's like a mobile Halloween store, a big one that just opened.
Spirit?
I don't know what it is. Yeah, I think it is Spirit. So I figured maybe I'd drop in there and be like, hey, I want a
Do you
costume.
have an Elvis costume? Is that what you're going to do?
I'm thinking of Elvis. That's what I'm
Yeah, I
thinking
was
about.
going to say.
Elvis and Taylor Swift. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Tuesday. Don't forget, we got a big Instagram giveaway for you guys, Stewart Air Show, which is awesome. You'll have a great time there. 13 times a day, a chance to win $1,000. We're going to come back, trifecta, this day in history. And Franny's got a story about a girl who broke a record.
Gross record. It's so gross.
It's bad.
It is. It skeezes me out.
It's bad.
Yeah, I'll let you know what I'm talking about. But man,
yeah, I was upset.
I have so many questions.
Yeah, so do I.
Do I even want to know?
Like, you have her number?
Yeah.
It is the Penthouse. We'll be back. Peace. Boom.
Real radio is the news junkie.
Jeff says, Sean, you need to stop. You have no idea what you're talking about. Are you a child therapist? No, I don't think so. Jeff, shut up. What I'm talking about.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
A decent drive along your expressways this afternoon. 95 the Turnpike currently accident-free, flowing freely as well. Got some road work here on Lakeview Avenue westbound at Flagler Drive, blocking the left lane, and construction Southern Boulevard westbound after Kirk Road. The right lane is blocked. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Russo.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Only at Lowe's, MVP Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500. Discount on eligible product only and reflected in quote. Restrictions apply. See Pro Desk for details. MVP Pro Rewards program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowes.com/terms subject to change.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
The 2024 presidential election is here. MSNBC has the in-depth coverage and analysis you need. Our reporters are on the ground. Steve Kornacki is at the big board breaking down the races. Rachel Maddow and our Decision 2024 team will provide insight as results come in. And the Next Day Morning Joe will give you perspective on what it all means for the future of our country. Watch coverage of the 2024 presidential election Tuesday, November 5th, beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern on MSNBC.
Hey, it's Franny. Not all used cars are the same, and GiveMeTheVin.com knows it. If your car's nicer than most, they'll pay you more. Got a regular car? They'll still pay you top dollar. Even if it's not in great shape, they'll beat your CarMax offer or pay you $100 guaranteed. Plus, they'll show up at your house with a check in hand. Pay off your loan, and there's no seller's remorse. GiveMeTheVin.com is fast, simple, and 5-star rated by the Better Business Bureau. Just log on, enter your VIN, and get your instant cash offer at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Your business needs a network it can count on.
Power's out.
Comcast Business has you covered with Wi-Fi backup to help keep your business up and running, even when your power goes out.
Everybody in the warehouse good? Lights are out, but the Wi-Fi's up. Let's power on.
It's from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Break room, you good?
Can't microwave my burrito, but Wi-Fi's fine. Let's power on.
Power on with the leader in connectivity, Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Learn how to get Comcast Business Internet and Security Edge plus Wi-Fi backup for $59 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add Comcast Business Unlimited Mobile. And ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online today. Ends 11/17/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 300 megabit per second internet, Security Edge, and Wi-Fi backup. Eco bill and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change.
This time of year, a lot of people are rolling back into town after spending their summer up north. But even if you're just here for the winter, you gotta look after your garage door like a local. Us full-timers know your garage door has been down here with the rest of us all summer, holding back the rainstorms and the dust bunnies and the blistering heat. You can't just waltz in, crack a beer, push a button, and just expect everything to work like a charm. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our annual service check will make sure your garage door is ready for winter. We check the rollers, clean the tracks, and lubricate the drive system. We'll even change the batteries in your remote. You blend right in with the rest of the locals, and we all go back to making fun of the tourists. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage, and we'll come over and make it right. Hey, you gotta be from somewhere.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
With Cybersecurity Awareness Month winding down, LifeLock wants to remind you to update your software. These updates are used to patch up security issues that identity thieves can exploit to gain access to your personal info. But for comprehensive identity theft protection, there's LifeLock. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal info and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start your 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my name as your promo code, Clay.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors.
Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
With Cybersecurity Awareness Month winding down, LifeLock wants to remind you to update your software. These updates are used to patch up security issues that identity thieves can exploit to gain access to your personal info. But for comprehensive identity theft protection, there's LifeLock. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal info and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start your 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my name as your promo code, Clay.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Florida needs a power company that's storm ready. That's why FPL works year-round to keep the power on and restore it safely and as quickly as possible when needed. FPL, working for you every single day. Get ready at fpl.com/storm.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Mullins with CBS 12 News. A mix of clouds and sun today with a chance for an isolated shower as temperatures return to the low and mid-80s this afternoon with an onshore breeze. Then partly cloudy, warm again tonight with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s by Wednesday morning with a chance for coastal showers.
This report is sponsored by LifeLock.
As Cybersecurity Awareness Month wraps up, remember to update your software to fix security issues that identity thieves exploit to steal personal info. And for comprehensive identity theft protection, choose LifeLock. Start your 30-day free trial today at lifelock.com/cybersafety.
I'm Julian Edelman.
I'm Rob Gronkowski.
Welcome to Dudes on Dudes. We're going to highlight players, and we're just going to sit here and talk about them. And we'll get into the types of dudes. Is Randy Moss a stud or a freak? Is Tom Brady a dog or a dude? Dude.
We're gonna find out, Jules. New episodes drop every Thursday during the NFL season.
Listen to Dudes on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Dudes on Dudes to start listening.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
You're back in the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Thanks for always tuning in to Real Radio. I hope you listen to Rover and his crew and also get the keyword from Rover and turn that into $1,000. Before you know it, ho, ho, ho will be here, or whatever holiday you celebrate. Maybe you enjoy Hanukkah. We'll tell you about the tree at Rockefeller Center later in the show. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
Of course, Francis is here.
What's up?
And we're going to get to Trifecta, this day in history, and this record this girl broke.
Riders up. It's Creepy Trifecta.
All right, Panthers won last night, 5-2. They're having a good season so far. They are the champs. Don't forget it. They are the champs, and you can hear them on Real Radio all the time, all season long. Don't forget, if you want to hear the Panthers, keep it on Real Radio or 1230 The Gambler. Last night, there was Monday Night Football, and the Steelers covered at the end of the game. Giants had a chance to tie it up, but to no avail. Jones got picked off. The Giants and Jets, so you know, put this in your phone. When they're on prime time, that means a game, by itself, isolated. They are terrible. They are, I think, 2-26 over the last 5 years. Really, really bad. And Dom just had an interesting stat about the Steelers.
The Steelers have won the last 22 Monday Night Footballs at home.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
Since 1991.
Wow.
Remember that stat, folks.
Yeah. So remember that next time the Steelers are playing on Monday night. Put it
At home.
At home. Yeah. I mean, that's unbelievable. 22. And again, Russell Wilson had a big game in the second half. Harris had a good game. Their defense is amazing. So they did beat the Giants. And if you're a Yankee fan, and we know we have a lot of you guys down here, myself included, Yankees got beat last night 4-2. Really, they did not hit a whole game. They ended up hitting a 2-run homer in the ninth. We'll see what happens tonight. Maybe the Yanks can hold on and get a victory. That's what we're hoping for, and keep this series going to Game 5. But if not, the Dodgers will get out of Broome, and they will sweep it away. Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Pilar Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach. Now we're going to hand it off to Franny for This Day in History.
On this day in history.
All righty, we are going back in the day, October 29th, and this wasn't a good day. 95 years ago in 1929, the stock market crashed, wiping out the fortunes of thousands of investors. The day came to be known as Black Tuesday and triggered the Great Depression, which lasted for nearly 10 more years.
Ooh, scary.
Then 79 years ago, something that we utilize a lot, in 1945, the first ballpoint pen was sold. Sounds like a lot of money, though. $12.50 for back then.
Oh, that is all.
For back then, too.
Well, there was no pens. There was
By the Gimbel's department store. That's where the first one was sold. Let's see. 53 years ago, 1971, Dwayne Allman from the Allman Brothers died in a motorcycle accident in his hometown of Macon, Georgia, at the very young age of 24. They said a year later, the band also lost their bassist, Barry Oakley, in another motorcycle accident. And that was just 3 blocks from where Dwayne died.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
31 years ago, man, I can't believe this movie is that old. 1993, Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas was released. Let's see. Also, 26 years ago, 1998, Senator John Glenn went back into space at age 77. Retracing the trail he'd blazed for American astronauts 36 years earlier.
And that's amazing because you have to be in fantastic shape.
Yep.
I mean, tip-top shape. And he's 77.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
26 years ago, same year, 1998, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman got a $500,000 settlement from London's Express newspaper for an article claiming they're both gay and their marriage was a cover.
Wow.
So they won a settlement because of that. I don't remember that happening. 23 years ago, 2001, 71-year-old Gene Hackman threw down with some road rage and jerk after a minor fender bender in L.A. Witnesses said Gene Hackman was whooping the other driver's ass.
I believe it.
They said until the coward kicked Gene in the nads and then kind of took him down to his knees. Yeah. 16 years ago, 2008, the Delta Airlines, merged with Northwest Airlines to create the largest airline in the world. Man, this too is crazy. 12 years ago was Hurricane Sandy. 2012, Hurricane Sandy devastated the east coast of the U.S., causing almost $70 billion in damages.
How many years ago?
And killing at least 147 people. That was 12 years ago.
I remember.
Is that mind-blowing to you? Like, to me.
Yeah, but I remember we did a lot with Ryan from Prime Cigar. He did a lot of donations in the trucks, sent food. Oh, yeah, 12 years. It does seem like...
It flew.
Yeah, it seems like 5 years, if that.
Yeah, so that one is super crazy to me. I can't believe 12 years. And then, let's see, finally here, 2014, speaking of the World Series, the San Francisco Giants won the 2014 World Series. Madison Bumgarner was named the World Series MVP. And there you go for Things Happened. October 29th, this day in history.
Great job, Franny. We do it once a show to reflect on the day that we are actually in. All right, so Franny, there was, I don't know if it's a record, but some history made.
It's not a record when I looked it up, which I was very surprised by.
It's not?
No.
Oh, wow. Wow, I would have lost money on that.
Oh, man. I think the record is, 14 hours maybe. So the record I saw was 900 something in 24 hours. 900 over 900 in 24 hours.
And what did this girl do?
101 in 14.
Oh, well, she was on pace.
No,
Not really.
not even close. Not even close. And you're like, well, what are you talking about? And this girl is hot, which I'm not surprised. But man, after reading this, it knocks all the hotness out of her. It does.
I want to see a picture of her.
So what are some of the, well, I sent you links to things so you
Okay.
can click on them. Yeah. Well, what's some of the greatest physical human feats you can think of? Quick ones that come to mind, maybe climbing Mount Everest or ingesting 83 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
That's big. That's a lot.
Walking on the moon. Maybe, I don't know. There's different things you can do. Pushing your body to the limits and what the human body can do. Well, I want to introduce you to Lily Phillips. She is an OnlyFans model, Instagram model, and a porn star.
Oh, nice.
Yep. I think her porn star action is what she does on her OnlyFans. And she, she did something. And I guess if you follow her on OnlyFans, I think you can go back and watch it. And then after the fact, what she did, I saw the aftermath of the bed, and it is disgusting. And she posted on there, how much would I have to pay you to sleep in this bed? There's tissues everywhere. There's stains everywhere. There's wrappers everywhere. And no, I'm not talking about food wrappers. I'm talking about condom wrappers because she had sex with 101 guys in 14 hours. I don't know if I'm disgusted, impressed, concerned. I don't know.
So you put this like walking on the moon? Same
Oh my
thing?
God.
Joe DiMaggio's hit streak.
It looks
56
like
games.
the bedroom, the bed looks like a war zone.
It does.
It is so disgusting. And I just don't know how can the human body withstand that? Like, I just don't get it. So this is a goal she put out there, and now she has another goal she wants to do. But yes, people were stunned. The concept is obviously disgusting, but that how she physically could do that, 101 in 14 hours.
Did she take any breaks or no?
I didn't watch it. I don't know. I don't know.
She take a water break.
Details.
I know.
Water break, vitamins. She eat a banana in case she had crampy.
So this
What's her
is
secret?
There is crazier to this, right? And apparently, as I mentioned, the world record is 919 guys in 24 hours, and a woman named Bonnie Blue.
So if you meet a girl this weekend named
she
Bonnie.
has her. Well, so no, but she has her sights set on that one. And I don't know. I don't know.
Do you train for that?
I mean, you would have to, right?
You get in the gym. I got to do it. Let's go. We're going to start with jumping rope.
So, yes, I think if you follow this girl on OnlyFans, Lily Phillips, I think it was broadcasted live, I do believe.
Really?
I don't know how much money. She probably was charging a lot to watch this. I mean, why else would you do something like this unless you're making a lot of money? I don't know.
14 hours. How many guys again?
101.
Oh, 101. Well, she went over
Imagine
100
being that last one.
She's probably like, hurry up.
Not just that, just in general, how disgusting it is. If you're doing this, and to me, all the guys who sign up for this, gross. But second of all,
you think they got paid?
You want to be the first one, right?
Yeah, usually. That's your one request when they call in a phone.
I don't think they got paid. She says because this is a thing that she does, and this is the most she has. And one of her friends who also is an Instagram OnlyFans, they said that they get messaged by like thousands of guys a day in hopes of sleeping with them.
I'm sure.
They don't want to get paid. They just want to have sex with these girls.
I'm sure. Local girls get like so much stuff. There's girls that I know that I'm just the amount of guys.
But does this not gross you guys out? And I'm asking you really on a real level, even if she's that hot, are you not just kind of turned off or disgusted about how many people have been inside of her?
That's
terrible.
In one day.
In one day.
In one day.
In less than one day. 14 hours.
Yeah. Everybody's got a job to do, though.
But obviously there's a lot of guys who are like, I don't care. Let's do this.
There's worse.
Let's do this.
Guys don't care about most guys, not all.
It makes me feel funny.
Doesn't care. Now I wonder if she has workman's comp. She can hurt. I hurt my back. I got to figure
She
this
got
out.
insurance to that.
I mean, the amount of money she makes, she probably pays for her own insurance. I mean, she's got to kill it. She has to. Why else would you do that to yourself?
Oh, yeah.
And somebody did text 47142. It's like, I wouldn't want to be number 2, let alone 101. I get it.
No, that's pretty bad.
And then going back to G talking about, because we have our tastings event. Last time we had tastings, Big Dog Ranch Rescue was there. And I'm curious if they'll be back. They've been there a few times, and they had some puppies on site. And Craig was like, I was very close to getting one. And we've always told him, at least I have,
And I listened.
That I don't think he would be a good dog owner. He's just not home enough. It's not fair.
Maybe a cat owner.
Maybe.
Never a cat. Get the hell out of
He
here.
had a cat with his ex-wife, though. They had a hairless cat.
Yeah. It was their cat. It was nice, but I'm not.
I can't. The hairless cats freak me out. They do. But it says, Greek always talks about getting a dog. First, this should never happen. G isn't around enough. Second, remind him you have to pick up dog crap, right? Third, beagles, which is when you say can be, not always, very loud and bark a lot. I know G always says he wants a pet that doesn't talk much, so. Yeah.
Just like, I want to call Sinatra when I walk in. Hey, G-Man! What's up, Sinatra? How was your day, buddy? We're going to New York Prime tonight. I'll bring you a doggy bag. I can't bring you in. Get in the Benz. Let's go. Tally-o. 2 barks if she's hot. 3 roll over if she's super hot. That'll be the way it will be. So this girl definitely broke a record. Franny wants to know, does it gross you out, guys? Is that a little bit too many? Or would you be like, all right, what's going on? That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, imagine if you're dating her, because it's probably nobody who was dating her was involved, and you ask her, how was work today, hon?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Up and down.
I don't think she's got a man in her life. I could be wrong. I could, but I don't think she does.
Who knows? You never know. A lot of porn stars are married, have boyfriends. Usually in the industry, that's something that they always talk about. Like, you got to date somebody in the industry because it's tough. Even actors and actresses.
She seems very single on her Instagram page. I mean, it's always just her alone. So I don't know. Maybe she does.
Who knows? Yeah, but that's a lot. I got to be honest. That is some days' work. Definitely got to ice your knees after that and your shoulders and be like, all right.
Might be icing something else, too.
Yeah. I'm sure
she had to make a killing, though.
I'm sure her dad is proud. And her mom.
Yeah, she had to make a killing.
Can you imagine?
She's got to make $7 million. I made at least 7 digits on this day for it to be worth it for her. And I mean, if you make enough money, you could just retire.
I mean, I'm not on IG. On Instagram, she has 474,000 followers.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing she probably does pretty well on OnlyFans.
The amount of money, though, that these guys sending gifts and different things, like people don't really realize it. Like I said, I know local girls that get gifts from guys from Dubai, Italy, all different countries. Like, it blows my mind. Just don't care. Like, hey, I want a friend. I talked about this one girl who worked at a place locally, and this guy used to come in twice a week and just talk to her for a half hour. He was really lonely, and he would give her like $500. And I'm like, dude, I got such a better personality. I'll do it for $350. And I wear Portofino. Come on, hang with me. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. You can also text us, should the Yankees just bag it up today? No pun to the last story, but should they just be like done if you're a Yankee fan? Or can the Yankees come back? You got to have that feeling. You got to get one. And if you get one, then you can get the next one and then see what happens.
Oh, well, good for her. I'm looking it up. I just look because I wanted to see how many fans she has on OnlyFans. I can't look that up. But she did say that this was just a warm-up. And she plans on breaking a record. She said that, this was just a warm-up. She wants to be the first person to ever have sex with 1,000 guys in one day.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Don, would you do it as a work-study program?
No, thank you.
What would you do if this is your choice? Ready? Bang her, be one of 1,000 guys, or do a morning show with J&O for 6 months.
Oh, God.
That's your choice. The morning show with J&O for 6 months, or bang her. And there's 1,000 guys. You could be any number. You could be 1, you could be 1,000, you could be 500.
I'd probably say bang her if I'm number 1.
That's an indication.
Because it's quick and over, and at least that's done.
It's not 6 months worth of stuff.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh, here, because I told you to click on the link, but that's her. I know you didn't see her before.
Yeah, she's okay. Yeah, she's cute. I mean, not my cup of tea, but, that's a lot of guys. So you'd rather bang her than do 6 months of...
I think so.
All right, at least you're on. I love you.
Number 1, though.
Oh, you want to be number 1?
Oh, you don't get to pick.
No,
you don't get to pick when you go.
No, you don't get to pick. It's all like you put your name in a hat and they just pull it out. Dumpster, 727.
Oh, God.
Now, I wonder if there's any, real, because this is important. Is there any romance? Is the candles lit? Do you feel a little you get to know each other, or you just get in there? You know what I mean? And just go.
Oh, if you're trying to beat a world record, you're just getting in there. There's no talking. There's no foreplay.
Well, I'm talking for Dom.
Oh, I thought you meant in general. What do you do, Dom, when you're having sex with 101 people?
Are you asking her anything? Like, do you think the Bengals are out of the playoffs? What's your sign?
Well, and that's what Sarah texts, and I questioned it too. I just didn't want to get too into it,
Yeah.
but these are questions that I said I have. She said 101 to 14 hours. What makes each one count, right?
I would guess reaching the finish line.
And that's what I would think too.
Yeah.
Because if you average it out, it's about a little over 7 an hour, which I think is possible for 7 dudes in 1 hour to get to the finish line.
Yeah,
I would think.
Now,
Those
what about
guys
when
are
you're
3
doing
minutes.
1,000?
Yeah, but that's 24.
I know, but still.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
But most guys are 3-4 minutes. I mean,
Even still, that's a lot of the guys you got to do in an
well,
hour.
we don't know the criteria. We're thinking that.
No, this is what these are questions. I don't think she had to finish. I don't think she had to go.
Oh, she wouldn't have. No way.
I mean, you would hope at what point? 14 hours. You would hope
At some point, maybe.
At some point, you would hope. But I think the
She's
guy.
got her hands behind
Who's
her
the
back.
lucky guy?
I think the guys.
Polish her
right?
nails.
I think the guys have to.
That's what I'm
to
assuming.
make it a record.
Yeah.
That would be my assumption. But yes, thank you for saying that, Sarah, because those are my thoughts. I just didn't want to go out
She
there
would
and
need to
say
do 41 guys every hour. So
to do 1,000.
to do 1,000.
That's
a lot.
Yeah, that is.
41.6. So I mean, you got to round up 42
Yeah.
then.
And these guys got to be ready to go. 16. Oh. 18.
Like I wonder,
Let's go,
is
19.
it
a minute
first
and a
come,
half.
first serve? Like what is it? Like how does that work? How do you? The questions, right? How do you decide what order they're in?
I'm sure there is a whole.
Because you know the guys at the very end are like, gosh darn it.
Oh,
Yeah.
they don't care. They're just in it. I mean, so they don't really care. I mean, they're like, whatever. They're there. You probably get a number like a deli counter.
I think it's less than 2 minutes you get
Yeah,
each person if you're doing 1,000.
Ooh, that's tough.
it is.
Hey, everybody's got goals in life. We're not to knock them or judge here. We don't judge anybody here.
No, judge free. I am. This is gross.
It's pretty bad. I would want to find out how much money she made because, like I said, if it's not 7 figures, it's not worth it. It really isn't. Like, you got to make million. Easy. Couple $1 million. And then just go, like, on a sailboat and, like, I don't know, Monte Carlo and hang out and eat grapes for a while. Maybe bet some college football games.
One of these OnlyFans girls, Karina Cuff, she was on a streamer's stream recently, and she showed him her earnings from OnlyFans for the last 2 years, and the guy accidentally said it out loud and leaked it.
How much did he say?
$64 million.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I like I said, I know local girls. They showed me. It blows my mind.
There was somebody, I didn't talk about it yesterday. I have to find the article, but there is an OnlyFans model who, after 2 or 3 years, is just retiring because she has $67 million or something like that. She's like,
That might be it.
she's like, I don't need to do this anymore.
And there's some girls that just go on like with an apron or maybe high heels, bathing suit, or what, and they're making very good money. And I mean, we've heard nurses, police officers, teachers just say, "I'm not doing it." Now,
I mean, you think about it, right? Let's say you charge $10 to subscribe to a page. You don't even need to have this astronomical amount of followers to make a good living or whatever. And I know to some people, but let's say you have 1,000 followers, 10,000 a month.
That's huge.
That's great.
Mm-hmm. And you're doing nothing.
1,000. I mean, you have to do content. It's nothing. It's not nothing.
No, but I'm saying
people are there to
yeah.
see your stuff.
Of course, but a lot of these guys too are very lonely. They reach out, they send gifts, they do things. Like this girl locally, she told me, she goes, "I got a car." She goes, "One other guy pays my apartment." I mean, and guys do it. It blows your mind. Like if you ever go to a local strip club, you see how much guys spend on one night. I mean, I know girls that are bartenders that make $150,000 a year to $200,000. And that's not a lie. And it blows my mind. But there's guys going every day, $100, $200. There you go. Don't worry about it. They come out, they kiss them. "Hi, how are you? What's going on?" The whole thing. And it's all one big con.
Yep.
But everybody's making money and everybody's happy. 877-927-6969. Call us if you think you can break this record. What do you think is going to happen? Is this record tougher to break than the Maggio's hit streak of 56? Brady 7 rings. Do you think Mahomes breaks Brady's record 7 rings?
He's got time.
Yeah. I mean, if he plays as long, too.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
See, the thing with Brady, people don't realize, Brady didn't win a ring for like 7, 8 years, 9 years. He had a whole where they lost in the playoffs, championship games. They were always great. But, yeah, Mahomes has got 3 already. And I'm betting on that he gets number 4. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. What a great Tuesday. The sun is out. I can see the palm trees. Oh, my God, what a day. Does this have anything to do with me at the Hard Rock this morning at 5:15 having pancakes? Maybe. We'll be back with some Florida stories and so much more. Peace.
No one gives a big warm hug like us when you need it. Come on, get in here. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. What?
A dream 30 years in the making is a reality. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup.
Your Stanley Cup Florida Panthers are back.
Markov looks around, but they score! They score! It was Ted Cole!
They've savored the taste of victory, but a new season is starting, and they're hungry for more.
Johnny scores! Gus Barsling beat the buzzer!
The Cats are back, and they're on the hunt for another championship.
Markov put right on a shot, and he scores! The overtime winner!
Listen all season long on Real Radio 92.1.
Start the celebration, South Florida. The Panthers have done it. Stanley Cup champions! Stanley Cup champions!
Your FM home for the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
A decent drive along your expressways this afternoon. 95 of the Turnpike currently accident-free, flowing freely as well. Got some road work here on Lakeview Avenue westbound at Flagler Drive, blocking the left lane, and construction Southern Boulevard westbound after Kirk Road. The right lane is blocked. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
With Cybersecurity Awareness Month winding down, LifeLock wants to remind you to update your software. These updates are used to patch up security issues that identity thieves can exploit to gain access to your personal info. But for comprehensive identity theft protection, there's LifeLock. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal info and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start your 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my name as your promo code, Clay.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, and it's football season, and Monday Night Football, that's where you should be watching the games with beautiful ladies and drink specials all night long. 7 days a week, Monroe's is open, and the beautiful ladies are there with a 5-star menu. Even if your team's not winning, you'll feel like a winner because you're at Monroe's with the beautiful ladies, and you're inside the huddle. Always a great time on Monroe's and Palm Beach. Get over there today, and Monday Night Football, that's where you should be. Peace.
Top reasons your career wants you to move to Ohio. Thousands of high-paying jobs in tech, healthcare, science, and more. The career you want and a life you'll love. Have it all in the heart of it all. Go to callohiohome.com.
Injured on the job? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Glenn Levine, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Hey, it's Greek to tell you about my new favorite spot, Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Treats. Pollard is an upscale, sophisticated coffee shop specializing in a wide range of coffee, beverages, and teas. Located in Deerfield Beach, proud sponsor 2024 Greek's Gridiron. Pollard Coffee, the way I start every day. Peace.
The 2024 presidential election is here. MSNBC has the in-depth coverage and analysis you need. Our reporters are on the ground. Steve Kornacki is at the big board breaking down the races. Rachel Maddow and our Decision 2024 team will provide insight as results come in. And the Next Day Morning Joe will give you perspective on what it all means for the future of our country. Watch coverage of the 2024 presidential election Tuesday, November 5th, beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern on MSNBC.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Spooky hits, commercial free. That's Halloween Radio on the free iHeart app. This spooky station is filled with non-stop Halloween hits. Open the free iHeart app, search Halloween Radio, and listen now. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio weather.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. A mix of clouds and sun today with a chance for an isolated shower as temperatures return to the low and mid-80s this afternoon with an onshore breeze. Then partly cloudy, warm again tonight with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s by Wednesday morning with a chance for coastal showers.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Strike's Cigar Lounge.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some red zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword WIN at realradio921.com. That's WIN. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in on a Fat Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a good morning so far, and the day continues to be positive and fruitful. How's that? Dominic's in the house.
You know, I have a question for you real quick.
Go ahead.
You said you won 3 times in a row. You put $100 down. Did you walk out with like 10 grand then?
I said I put $1 down.
No,
You would never put
just
$1
$1
down.
Yeah, there's no dollar down at the Hard Rock.
I said you missed this morning. Remember when I said that? I said I put $1 on each number.
No,
and Franny missed it.
I said I wasn't listening to you.
Yeah, you weren't paying attention.
I'm sorry, yeah.
So you got, and I said, I got away with that. It doesn't matter what I won. It's just that I won 3 in a row, and the earth is a great place.
Yeah, you walked out a nice chunk then.
Dominic's in the house.
Nobody believes that.
$3 I had on me. I mean, because I had out my friend.
Yeah, okay.
What do you check?
We'll check that jacket pocket.
Franny's in the house.
Hey.
Looking great today, by the way. I can't say it enough. You and Dominic, I mean, fantastic. You guys look like you could be in a cover of GQ and Vogue.
Thanks.
There's been a lot of. You know who's on the cover of GQ last month?
Who?
Beyonce.
All right.
All right. So let's do some stories about Florida.
Sounds good.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
I don't know if you guys saw this, but a Florida police officer was injured after suffering a broken ankle during the last play of the Bucks Falcons game.
Ooh.
Yeah, this was Tampa. Buccaneers quarterback Baker Mayfield threw a Hail Mary pass as time expired to the back of the end zone when receiver Raheem Jarrett caught the ball out of bounds. Jarrett landed on the officer who was facing the stands and had his back turned to the game. They said FHP gave thanks to the Atlanta Falcons player that immediately then went and checked on the officer after the play. He will be okay, but yeah, suffered a broken ankle during that play, right? That sucks. Then next up in your What the Florida, we have some Volusia County men, 6 in fact, that are in a lot of trouble. They said all but one of the 6 West Volusia men have been charged with all kinds of stuff, including part of a firearms trafficking ring that resold high-powered weapons capable of blasting through some armor, and they said that they sold this to the Mexican drug cartel. They have pled guilty, federal court, and are awaiting sentencing. The guys trafficked high-caliber, armor-piercing, anti-material weapons. They said all kinds of stuff. They said that these things, as I mentioned, have these heavy and fast-moving bullets that could penetrate any individual worn body armor, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. The projectiles can also penetrate and disable vehicles, aircrafts, boats. That's how crazy this stuff is. The group also trafficked, they said rifles, of course, semi-automatic weapons, all kinds of stuff. They said those things can easily be transformed into machine guns. But yeah, they were Florida men, 6 of them, selling them to the Mexican cartel.
Oof, not good.
Mm-hmm. Next up in your What the Florida, they stopped a Prius full of a lot of cocaine and cash, and this was in the Florida Keys. It's a traffic stop turned into a drug arrest. They said about $30,000 in cash, a large amount of cocaine, and marijuana were found in this Toyota Prius. Monroe County Sheriff said deputies stopped the Toyota around 923 US 1.
And it's a car really under the radar. You
Marathon.
Know what I mean? If I was a cop, I'd be like, yeah, Prius.
Well, the reason why, so this is around the Marathon area, because there was following reports of a domestic altercation at a nearby resort. So deputies approached the car. They said there was a strong smell of marijuana emanating from the vehicle. And there was a man and a woman there, Michael Beeston and Ricky Hanselin were there. And they said with large amounts of narcotics. In fact, they had a sealed kilo of coke, a bag containing about 26 grams of coke, 32 grams of marijuana, and I mentioned $31,000 in cash. Yep, both these suspects from Hollywood, Florida, were booked in Monroe County Jail for trafficking cocaine.
Imagine when you see that light come on behind you, and you got all that stuff. Ooh, you're like, man, today is not my day.
It is not your day. And then...
And it happens so many stories, just little things, you know what? And people get tripped up.
Well, what it sounds like maybe they were fighting at a hotel or a resort, and then they got the cops called on them, and so they ended up finding their car because they said it was following reports of a domestic altercation at a nearby resort.
Oh.
That would be my assumption. Then next up in your What the Florida, we have a Florida woman who was driving for Uber Eats. And I have a feeling she's not going to get 5 stars. I really do.
No.
So this other Florida woman says she saw her Uber Eats delivery driver take some of her food from the bag that she had ordered. And so she confronted her, right? The woman then noticed that the driver was holding the Happy Fall, y'all, which was a sign that the woman who ordered the food had in her front yard. So the Uber drivers also stole her sign that says Happy Fall, y'all. And so when the victim grabbed it, the driver spit in her face. So not only did the driver eat her food, she stole her sign, then she spit in her face. So while the victim retreated, the driver, her name is Alexandra, long name, took a decorative urn from the victim's yard, another thing, and then returned to her car. Documents show that the victim couldn't identify the driver from a photo due to a brain injury that affected her memory, but the driver was tracked down and arrested after using her Uber Eats records. So I have a feeling Uber Eats might fire her, right? I don't think she's gonna have a job anymore. Eating customers' food, spitting in their face, stealing their yard decor.
Not great.
No,
I can't order lunch from her.
No, I don't think I would want to.
She might be working with Lyft, but not Uber.
I feel like she was. I feel like she wanted to get fired that day. They said not only with that, they said the victim also was missing 4 decorative plaster pumpkins worth $75 each.
Wow.
She just Had a
took
field
everything.
day in this yard.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then finally here, kind of what the Florida, they're saying that, let's see, vibrant sunset sunrises may be seen across portions of the state. And we'll see parts of the coast. They say we're going to see more colorful sunsets. And they're talking possibly, I don't know if it's going to be this weekend, but they said that there's, what did I see? Like volcanic ash coming from somewhere that could make it more vibrant.
That'd be nice.
So we'll see. Yeah, so something cool to look out for. And that is, by the way, it's coming from Mexico. You're like, where's the volcanoes at? And that is your What the Florida.
I thought it was Jersey City. Freddie, you take Uber more than anybody, I think. Do all Uber cars at night have that light that says Uber, like on a day? Because I see a lot. Or is that required or not all?
I don't think it's required. And the Lyft has the same thing.
Okay.
Because I've been in some that just have the sticker and not that light up.
Yep.
So I don't think it's required. I think that's something if you want to purchase.
Okay. Because the other night, I was at New York Prime and I saw 3 or 4 Ubers pull up and they had that. I thought, wow, is that something new or is that required?
No, they've had them for a while. I'm not 100%. I don't drive for Uber or Lyft. If you guys know better, I just believe.
I think it's a good thing to have. And I think it might make customers feel safer. You know, when you pull up and you see obviously I know you have to see the picture and everything like that.
Well, you do, but sometimes I've had it where I was like, oh, this doesn't look familiar. But they always say, when you go out to the car, ask them who they're picking up.
Oh, really?
Don't be like, oh, are you so-and-so? You might, because they could be like, yeah, and it's not. So you ask them, who are you here to pick up?
Have you ever
Because they would only know that information, they would only know my name if I had ordered it.
Have you ever not gotten to an Uber because everything to match up? Like when you went in? Okay. Dom, you taking it or no?
Yeah, I've taken a few Ubers. I know they tend to try to have only newer cars participate in it. You can't have like a 2010 even, I think. Yeah, it has to be somewhat newer of a car.
Okay.
And I've had a few of them where the cars were not in good condition.
Yeah, they don't look like they're newer vehicles too. I've been in some that look older than they're supposed to.
I'm just like that makes me question it too for sure.
Or not the car, and that's the thing. So, and there was, but the guy had my name and everything, so it was a little suspicious because it wasn't the car. But when I asked him about it, I was like, "Oh, it says you drive this," because he knew who he was picking up, and he said that his car's in the shop, so he was driving his wife's car.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, oh, I guess, but I wasn't by myself.
Oh, you weren't by yourself?
No. So I believe we have a talk back, right, from our buddy Jeremy.
We do. Here you go.
Yo, guys, what's going on? Palm Beach Gardens' favorite pool guy, Jeremy, checking in. Interesting story with this lady, 101 guys, 14 hours. Just for a little context there, I crunched the numbers. That's every guy gets 8.5 minutes.
That's enough.
Okay, you got to scan and move.
Well, it's actually a lot.
I know. Got to get this done.
8.5 minutes is long. Was that sex twice?
That's what I was going to say. I feel like that's enough. 47142. We got a couple text messages. It says, Franny, did you say the FHP officer break his ankle? Because I'm pretty sure you said he broke his a-hole. No, I said ankle.
Ankle.
I was like, damn. And the wide receiver held onto the ball. We have Brett from Melbourne listening on the iHeartRadio app. Hello, Franny, Greek, and Dom. Happy Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
101 guys had sex with one woman within 24 hours. It was within 14 hours. It says maybe she caught her husband cheating on her, and this was her payback. She must have bet Syracuse, like Greek recommended, or her rent was definitely overdue. Either way, disgusting. Just imagine number 101. That's got to be the I'm not going there. His rent must have been due as well, they said. Just goes to show you, be with 101 women, money's on the dresser. BTW, did you explain what ATM means to Greek yet? I did not. I forgot about that. That was either last week or the week before.
Yes.
I'll do it another day. Yes.
877-927-6969. If you're a Yankee fan, do you want it to win tonight or do you want it over? Do you say to yourself, like, man, they're not going to win 4 in a row against the Dodgers. That's what the Yankees have to do to be champs. Are you a diehard, though? I saw some fans last night. They had the rally caps on, bottom of the ninth, saying, man, I'm not giving it up. There's no way. I'm not. We can do it. We can win 4 in a row. Yankees years ago were up 3-0 in Boston. I know. I was a Yankee fan. I was at the game. And I got my ass kicked in the series where the Red Sox won 4 in a row. Brutal. Probably the worst loss I've ever had because it lingered. Like it was so many days and it picked up steam and I had so many people jumping on me. Red Sox. I remember I met Johnny Damon, I don't know, a couple years ago, and I brought it up to him. But Johnny Damon changed and he went with the Yankees. He was on that team, I think, 2009 that won the World Series. So it was a little different for him. But, yeah, that was a brutal way. What do you think most fans are saying? I want to get out?
They just don't want the sweep, man. One win would be happy.
Yeah. You never know. One could lead to two.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday it was announced that Giselle is having a baby. And the reports are she did call Tom Brady and tell him. Now, there was rumors that there's something was going on with this guy because she was taking these classes when she was married. And
her kids, too.
Yeah, everybody. Now, do you think this leads people to think, or to Brady to think that, this is pretty serious, obviously, now, but do you think that she was cheating? And that's where a lot of these rumors came around, that she was, like, painting outside the lines?
I think so.
Yeah. Would you be upset if you were Tom Brady? Found that she was having a kid, now another kid with your kid?
With the guy, I mean, it's not like it's with a new guy, or something like that. It's with the guy that he was questioning.
Yeah. It's Brady did I guess he put out like some on social media, something cryptic response. I don't know if it was a response to it because it was cryptic, but they did say that she called him and said, hey, before it comes out, I'm going to give you a heads up.
And they ended their marriage 2 years ago. So is that enough time to... I mean, of course it's going to hurt. That's somebody you built a family with, was married to, had some kids. So I'm sure it does. But is 2 years... Right, 2 years enough time to move on, right? Or no?
It depends. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we don't know really what happened. She cheated on him? No. Some people...
You're gonna hold that resentment for a long time.
Yeah, I hear people 20 years ago, like, still are pissed about certain things.
So he posted. It was a little cryptic what he posted, and it's they posting the Chicks, who used to be the Dixie Chicks, formerly the Chicks, covering the song "Landslide." So that was on his thing too. After this news broke, and it says, what does it say? I know it was something very cryptic on there.
And that's what everybody's trying to figure out. Like, what does it mean? Is he pissed?
Does it say, can the child within my heart rise above? Or I don't know. I don't know if he did a lyric from there or something. I have to find it. I saw it earlier. But the song that's playing is Landslide.
And his kids are old now. They're not kids. Like, they're not.
I mean, they're still kids. His daughter is still pretty young.
She's 13, I think?
Yeah.
I mean,
a kiddo.
I know, but I'm saying now you got an infant around and, adds to the mix. Of course, they got millions of dollars, so I don't have to worry about taking care of the kid, and they got nannies, but I don't know. I might be a little bit like, I don't know. Imagine that phone call. Hey, Tom, how you doing? Not bad. How'd you do the game this weekend? Not bad. How about you? Oh, I'm pregnant. Who do we got?
We got Chris on the phone.
Chris, what's happening?
Penthouse, how y'all doing today?
We're doing fantastic, Chris. Are you kidding me? Can't be a better Tuesday around.
Greek, you know what? For once, I couldn't agree more.
That's good. Why is your Tuesday so good?
My wife blessed me this morning. Made my day very well. Starting off.
Oh, what you do? Give you breakfast?
Gave him breakfast. That's been a good breakfast.
Did she lay out your clothes for work? Tell you the Dodgers won?
Scrambled my eggs.
The Dodgers won, she told you?
My eggs, Greek.
Oh, well, nice. I'm glad. If that's what starts off a good day for you, I'm happy.
Absolutely. And I also had the Hurricanes the other day, so that was a good thing.
You got lucky in that game.
Oh, good day. I sure did. They covered in the, at least they covered it. Luck doesn't matter when you're betting.
No.
What matters is you win.
Yeah, that's right. I'd rather be lucky than good. I said it my whole life, and it's all about that. And just right place, right time sometimes.
Absolutely. Now, one more other quick thing. Dom, I know I give you hate all the time, but seriously, I'm in a good mood today, man. You rock, brother. Greek, you rock. Franny, you always rock. Greek, I want to hear you keep screwing up your English language. And
I haven't done it lately too much. I've been getting a little, some people saying, what's going on? You're not really messing up as much, so I'm going to try to pick it up a little.
Look at Franny's face. He's like, are you sure?
I know. I'm like, what?
Not as much.
Are you hearing what I'm hearing?
Probably not.
Thank you, Chris, for the kind words.
You're the best, Chris.
You guys rock, man. I'll keep listening.
All right, keep up the positive attitude. I'm glad you won betting, and I'm glad your wife took care of you. Well, go ahead. You got something?
Nope.
Yes, you do.
I don't. I have nothing.
You got something.
I got nothing to say.
All right. It feels like it was something on the tip of your tongue. If you got a Ram Jam, go ahead.
I don't. No Ram Jams here. None here.
877-927-6969. Are you dressing up for work? And is it appropriate? Do you have to ask your boss, or you just come in dressed up? What are some of the jobs that you think you could just come in? Police officer, no. Can't do that. How about a fireman?
You can't dress up as a police officer?
I don't know. Do you think he could?
They have if it looks like a costume, yes.
I'm saying a police officer dressing
Oh, I thought you meant dressing up as a police officer.
no.
I was like, they make police officer costumes. No, I don't think so.
No.
You don't want to get arrested by somebody who's dressed up like a Dracula. Like, I don't think so.
How about a barista at Starbucks? Would you dress up as that?
Why not? I'm confused. Can a barista dress up, or would you dress up as a barista?
Either one. Don't shake his head. Either one. Let us know. Either one. I said it's not good if you're a lawyer and you walk into court and you're dressed up. Like maybe Wonder Man or something like that. Superhero walk in, Incredible Hulk. Hey, what's up there, Your Honor? It'd be good, though. I think they would laugh a little and smile.
Batman come in with the Batmobile and everything.
Yeah, Batmobile might be tough to get, but you could get the costume. Bring Robin in as your assistant, or you see something like that. Let us know jobs that you think you could dress up, or do you have to ask your boss? Do you have to say to your boss, is it okay, boss, maybe it's male or female, is it okay if I dress up? Our industry is pretty cool, so you can probably, would you ask the boss if you could dress up, or you just come in?
I mean, we used to have a costume contest, so I wouldn't really think about it. I just dress up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that was years ago. I mean, today, do you think you have to say to your
Same boss?
Is it the same boss? Really? You got a lot of bosses right now.
I mean,
you got Franny.
That's the main one.
That's right.
You can dress up, Tom.
There you go. You see?
I think all of our bosses are cool. I don't think any of them would be like, why are you dressed up? I think they'd all appreciate it.
No. We do have a nice group of bosses who are very understanding and liberal, I would say.
Are any of the other shows dressing up?
Really don't care about any of those shows. You know that on any stations. Learn that quickly. Get Dominic cracking up. Hey, they don't care about us. I don't care about them. You know what I mean? I'll do a promo when I have to, and I give them love, but they don't give us any love. But they're jealous, and I get it, because we got the most talent. It's understandable. It's fine. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved. Yankee fans, come on, step up. What is going on? Do you want it to end tonight, or do you think you can win 4 in a row? Can it happen? That would be unbelievable. You know what I want to happen as a Yankee fan tonight? And I know he's fine. He's got $1 gazillion. I just want Judge to get a couple hits because it's going to be such a brutal offseason for him, even though he's going to win the MVP. There's no doubt. And Ohtani, too. But just I hope he gets a couple hits because he's been so bad. And, like, even last night when he struck out and you hear the fans, like, booing, it's like it's got to be such a terrible walk to that dugout.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people say he's got millions and all that. And I get all that. But it still sucks when people are booing and yelling, even guys I know, like, hating on him. And, like, I'm defending him last night.
Well,
like, dude.
All the goodness that he's done for you.
I said you wouldn't be here.
Mm-hmm.
He had an MVP season. He's having a hard time. And A-Rod knows more about it than anybody because he had terrible playoffs except 2009 when he had a great playoff and they won. They won it all. Because of A-Rod, nobody really gives him credit, but they wouldn't have won that series either. But, man, it just, when you hear those fans and you're walking back to that dugout and you're close, so you hear it. I mean, you hear it loud.
And it's New York fans, so you know they're going at him.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Johnson left New York. He was at Trump Towers the night before. He let up a home run. 2 people came up to him and started cursing him out and told him he sucked. He goes, I wanted out of there. He goes, I couldn't play there. He goes, I could not. Now, Randy Johnson, if you remember, he was a pitcher with the Yankees, very tall. He was like almost 7 foot. So he said, I stuck out everywhere, wherever I went. He goes, but when I had a bad night and he wasn't here long, he goes, the fans didn't care. They came right up to you. Jeter says it too. He goes, they would come up to you, like, when things were bad and be like, what the hell are you doing? And that's got to be tough, when you're,
People are stupid.
Yeah, I mean, again, I know you're
Don't think about all the goodness. And not just that. I mean, why do you think you have the right to go up to somebody and tell them, how about you do that? How about you go out there and you make some hits? So I have here at 47142, something we didn't think about. It says, are you kidding me about Giselle? Didn't Tom leave Bridget while she was pregnant? I think this is what you call karma.
He did, yeah. I just asked, my question was, do you think she was cheating with her? I didn't say Brady was right or wrong or she was right or wrong. I just said, do you think he was cheating? Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
When she was engaged, they were engaged, and she left.
And so this is, and very much pregnant. This is something, and yes, we just didn't call him out because he hasn't been making that much just mistakes. They said, did Greek just say Wonder Man? It's like, is this a new superhero?
It's coming out.
Is it Marvel or DC? And somebody else texts, yeah, Greek hasn't been making mistakes lately. Greek says, do you think the lawyer is going to come in dressed like Wonder Man? Hey, Greek, who the hell is Wonder Man?
2025.
All I see is a dude with a slice of white bread.
It's a new one coming out in 2025. I heard it at dinner. I'm not supposed to say anything.
Wonder Man.
Wonder Man. Got my costume for Halloween. There it is. Wonder Man. There it is. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a good time because we are. And if we're having a good time, we want you involved. We'll be back in a few minutes with a trifecta. Remember today, 11:45, no giveaway. It's on Instagram. Stewart Air Show. Awesome. We'll be back.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Jeff says, Sean, you need to stop. You have no idea what you're talking about. Are you a child therapist? No, I don't think so. Jeff, shut up. What are you talking about?
The news junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
A decent drive along your expressways this afternoon. 95 on the Turnpike currently accident-free, flowing freely as well. Got some road work here on Lakeview Avenue westbound at Flagler Drive, blocking the left lane, and construction Southern Boulevard westbound after Kirk Road. The right lane is blocked. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by PureTalk.com. Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
Hey, it's Franny, and it's time to party Italian style at the 23rd Annual Galbani Feast of Little Italy. It's all happening November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in downtown Abacoa and Jupiter. There's going to be amazing Italian classics, live tributes to legends like Billy Joel and Sinatra, plus mouthwatering food, Galbani cooking demos, Voga wine seminars, and activities for the kiddos. And get this, admission is free. Head on over to feastoflittleitaly.com for all the details. The Galbani Feast of Little Italy is proudly sponsored by Lytle, Ryder Smith, Ivy and Fronrath, Trial Attorneys, Storm Tight Windows, and American Bath and Shower.
The event you've been waiting for, International Diamond Center's biggest and final store-wide sale of the year, is next weekend, November 8th, 9th, and 10th. Store-wide savings, 20% off or get 36 months zero-interest financing. And it's like double the selection. Top designers flying in with their entire collections on sale. Bellagio, Simon G, and many more. Plus, over 1,000 new GIA-certified diamonds specially priced for this event. Upgrade your diamond next weekend, November 8th, 9th, and 10th at IDC, US 1 and PSL Boulevard in Port St. Lucie. On approved credit.
Hey, it's the Greek for Crazy Horse Saloon, home of Greek's Gridiron 2024. You will love this place as soon as you walk in. Open 7 days a week, live music Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, and a great place to have a sandwich and enjoy all sporting events, especially football. You can root on your favorite team at the Crazy Horse Saloon. Stop by anytime for a good time, and there's always something going on at the Crazy Horse. Crazy Horse Saloon, home of Greek's Gridiron 2024. Peace.
This time of year, a lot of people are rolling back into town after spending their summer up north. But even if you're just here for the winter, you gotta look after your garage door like a local. Us full-timers know your garage door has been down here with the rest of us all summer, holding back the rainstorms and the dust bunnies and the blistering heat. You can't just waltz in, crack a beer, push a button, and just expect everything to work like a charm. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our annual service check will make sure your garage door is ready for winter. We check the rollers, clean the tracks, and lubricate the drive system. We'll even change the batteries in your remote. You blend right in with the rest of the locals, and we all go back to making fun of the tourists. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage, and we'll come over and make it right. Hey, you gotta be from somewhere.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Your business needs a network it can count on.
Power's out.
Comcast Business has you covered with Wi-Fi backup to help keep your business up and running, even when your power goes out.
Everybody in the warehouse good? Lights are out, but the Wi-Fi's up. Let's power on.
It's from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Break room, you good?
Can't microwave my burrito, but Wi-Fi's fine. Let's power on.
Power on with the leader in connectivity, Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Learn how to get Comcast Business Internet and Security Edge plus Wi-Fi backup for $59 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add Comcast Business Unlimited Mobile. And ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online today. Ends 11/17/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 300 megabit per second internet, Security Edge, and Wi-Fi backup. Eco bill and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change.
With Cybersecurity Awareness Month winding down, LifeLock wants to remind you to update your software. These updates are used to patch up security issues that identity thieves can exploit to gain access to your personal info. But for comprehensive identity theft protection, there's LifeLock. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal info and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start your 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my name as your promo code, Clay.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Give the star in your life the brightest gift in the world. Name a star after them. This is Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $59 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, you can name a star for birthdays, weddings, or even memorials. Over 45 years, we have named millions of stars for celebrities and individuals from around the world. The star you name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Visit starregistry.com or call 800-282-3333. Give the star in your life the brightest gift in the world. Name a star after them. This is Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $59 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, you can name a star for birthdays, weddings, or even memorials. Over 45 years, we have named millions of stars for celebrities and individuals from around the world. The star you name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Visit starregistry.com or call 800-282-3333.
Wendy's has any size a la carte $1 soft drinks. Coke, Sprite, strawberry Fanta, whatever you want. Any size soft drink for $1, gotta be Wendy's. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions apply.
For more information about contests on this station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports.
Presented by Capital One.
The Week 9 power rankings are in for college women's volleyball, and Pitt remains the cream of the crop at number 1 after picking up another top 5 win, this time over ACC rival Louisville. Spots 2 to 5 remain the same: Nebraska, Penn State, Louisville, and Stanford. But Wisconsin is on the move, jumping from number 9 to number 7 after a statement win over Purdue. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
Capital One is a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
A wicked good time is waiting for you now inside the free iHeart app, and it starts with commercial-free Halloween radio. It's the ultimate Halloween soundtrack for the season with spooky hits, the Monster Man, fun throwbacks, and all the essential Halloween anthems. Open the free iHeart app, search Halloween radio, and listen now.
iHeart Radio.
Free never sounded so good.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored to you by Pillar Coffee Bar and Ice Treats.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Mo Better Garage. Mo Better Garage. We make it way Mo Better. MoBetterGarage.com.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse. We're going to bring this on air with Dominic and Franny right now. Situation that happened. It is a great Tuesday, by the way. Probably the best Tuesday of this week. But it's a great Tuesday.
It's the only one.
Yeah.
It's the only one this week.
Going to be giving you guys away again. We're going to do a turkey event.
We're going to be giving away?
What are we giving away? Turkeys.
Dude's so good at this.
Hey, stop. You got me a little riled up.
Why? Because I said you were judgmental? Uh-huh.
Ooh. And I'm not, which is unbelievable. Dominic's in the house.
We'll talk about this.
Franny's here. Okay, so this is what happened. There's a certain salesperson, nice guy. Hi, goodbye, nice guy, whatever. And he always cracks me on something I have on. Always has a comment. Something like, hey, nice shoes. Are those women's shoes? Or something like that. Or something about my shirt or my jacket. No, I just I wouldn't say that to somebody. I just wouldn't. I would just be like,
but what? Why? You're trying not to be judgmental, are you? He came in here and was basically how dare that come from somebody who looks like they're homeless?
This sounds like something Greek would say.
Yeah. He was just I wouldn't care if this, and you hear him all the time, talk about how people here don't know how to dress, how everybody this, that, and how, you do. And I was like, you're so, and I told him, I was like, that's kind of, I was like, mean. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, you're just so judgmental.
He cracked me first, Mommy.
I was like, two wrongs don't make a right, G-Man.
Oh, listen.
And he was like, I never do. I was like, you do too all the time. You say how people here don't know how to dress and how they suck and they all look homeless. You say this all the time.
And how you'd run the business better.
Yes.
Well, that's true.
So judgmental. He's like, I am not judgmental. And this is stuff off air, you guys. He does. And I was just like, I just wouldn't say that about people. But, to each his own.
But he cracked me first.
Okay. All
so,
right.
I mean, every once in a
Whatever
while,
makes you feel better.
No, it doesn't.
Uh-huh.
But I wouldn't say something to him like, hey, you look homeless.
Yeah.
I didn't start the conversation off like that.
I don't think he said that to you, Greek.
No, he cracked me he always cracks me. He's a nice guy.
But he didn't say you look homeless.
No, he never did. I mean, he didn't say that. He's not going to say I look homeless. I mean, he cracked me, so I cracked him back a little.
All right.
Nothing crazy. I mean, every once in a while I'm going to hit back.
Yeah.
Dom, what do you think? Do you think I'm judgmental? Be honest. We had to meet a new salesperson today.
Yes.
Okay?
Oh, is that what that was about?
Yeah. And I wasn't judgmental. I didn't say anything. I was very positive in the meeting. When I walked out, did I say
Why
anything?
would you be judgmental?
I've tried. I wasn't. I didn't say it
But you say it like it's such a feat. You're so proud of yourself for not doing it and meeting a person that you weren't judgy.
I'm going to say there was another radio station, and a gentleman came up to me and said some things, and I was like, hey, I'm not judgmental.
What do you mean?
He met the same person this morning, and we were just talking about their career and everything. But anyway, don't worry about it.
Wow, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, don't worry about it. I'll tell you on a break.
I don't want to be part of your mess.
It's not a mess.
I don't care. I don't want to be part of it.
All right. So anyway, the guy cracked me in the sales team. I cracked him back a little, not much. It was tap. I didn't really hit him hard. I mean, I've hit him hard. Forget about it. It is the Penthouse. Time for a trifecta.
Riders up.
It's a show.
This was off air.
Still a show.
That's your life. That's not a show.
No, this happened in real life. Oh my God.
Yankees lost last night to the Dodgers 4-2. It's 3-0 for the Dodgers. It's going to be tough for the Yankees to come back. They need to win 4. I know Yankee fans, you guys are depressed and down, but you know what? Shouldn't have been in the World Series anyway. You overachieved this year. All the experts thought maybe the Yankees finished third or top second in their division. I'm a Yankee fan. I think the Yankees had a great season. Judge isn't hitting. I know that sucks. I think the biggest thing we got to worry about is if we can re-sign Soto. If we don't sign him, we're in trouble. Because the Dodgers have a tendency to just open up the checkbooks. And one thing he says he wants to do is win. So we'll see what happens. There was a Monday Night Football game, Pittsburgh against the Giants, and it looked like a little bit of a fix because the line was like 6, and it was just weird. I thought the line should have been higher. And all game, it was close in the first half. Pittsburgh takes the lead in the second half, and they end up covering. Giants did have a chance to tie the game and possibly take it to overtime, but Jones got picked off at the end of the game, and that's the way it ended. Also, Pittsburgh has not lost how many years? 30?
Yeah, 30 years.
30 years on a month. Why didn't you tell us this yesterday? Jesus, my God. But that's not covering. They just haven't lost. They're 6-2. Quietly, nobody's really giving them any credit, but they're ahead of the Ravens in their division, which is pretty surprising. So we'll see what happens with Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson played good in the second half.
What did you think of all the field goals in the beginning? It was like 5 straight.
Well, it was boring, but I was watching the World Series. So, but I was watching the game on another TV. I saw it a little by little. And I just thought as the game started and got going, I thought maybe the Giants are going to cover. Because the world was on Pittsburgh last night. I mean, the world. I bet you it was 95% people were betting the Steelers. And I just think when that happens sometimes over the years, you see the underdog, whatever team the public doesn't have, sort of like gets in there and wins and Vegas cleans up again.
Each team scored a touchdown and got called back in the first half.
Yeah, I did see that. Somebody told me, I saw one play and somebody else told me about that. Yeah, that sucked too. But hats off to them. Again, Pittsburgh's having a good season. Everybody doubted Tomlin. He's one of the best coaches in the NFL. He's got one of the longest 10 years, no doubt about it. He always makes the playoffs. I don't think they have enough to compete with the Chiefs or the Ravens in the playoffs, but you never know. The one thing we found out in the NFL, it's who's healthy. That's really what it is. It's really not which is the best team, who is healthy, and who has their stars. Panthers won last night, 5-2 over Buffalo. Hats off to Buffalo. Hats off to the Panthers who got a victory. Having a good season so far. They are the champs, and you can hear them on Real Radio all season long. Greeks Trifecta is sponsored by Pilar Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach. We did not rate Molly, who is on First Take's outfit today. Did you see it so far, Dom?
I did.
What do you give it? What do you say from 1 to 10? She's never a 5 or below. She's always like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'd give it a normal 7.
7? All right, I didn't see it.
Nothing spectacular, but
yeah. All right, I didn't see it yet. Do you follow her on Instagram?
No.
You should.
That's what one of your only follows, probably.
Probably is one of my only follows. My buddy told me the other night. He's like, "You follow Molly?" I'm like, "Yeah, she's hot." So we'll check it out, and we'll give you a rating on that. So, Franny, they found the Christmas tree.
Yeah, so the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree, I mean, it's we're almost Christmas. I feel like we're going to blink, it's going to be Christmas.
It's crazy.
But yeah, they always talk about it when they pick the tree. Most of the time, they've come from upstate New York. And it's an honor for them to do this. But yes, the 2024 Rockefeller Center Christmas tree has been chosen. These are the details. I know some people get sad about this too because you are cutting down a tree that's been around for a very, very long time. So there are people who protest this as well.
I always wonder, I never found out. I guess they do. They must pay the people, right, for the tree? Or is it donated?
I think it's donated.
You
know what? I don't know, G-Man. I don't know the answer. I don't know if we've ever talked about
I was always
getting
wondering,
paid.
like, how much a 70-foot tree would go for. And
I think it's just, possibly, I thought maybe just whoever they picked, it was like an honor that it came from wherever. But yeah, this is a 70-foot tall Norway spruce, and this is from Massachusetts, actually, from West Stockbridge, Massachusetts, and it's going to arrive at the Rockefeller Plaza on November 9th. So the tree stands, they say it's 43 feet in diameter, weighs about 11 tons. As I mentioned, approximately, they're saying 70 years old. Nice, pretty tree. Nice, good size. But the head gardener of the Rockefeller Center said in an interview he had been thinking about this year's tree for more than 4 years.
Wow.
He said the process for this year's tree began in 2020. He said, I came from getting gas after staying overnight tree searching. So there's just one guy who does this, right? He said, I saw the beautiful Norway spruce as I drove down the road, and it was right in front of me. So I knocked on the door. I met Earl Albert. I asked if he would someday consider donating that tree to Rockefeller Center.
There it is.
So he said here, so that was the thing. Like, this guy just drove by this tree and was like, wow, that would be perfect in Rockefeller Center in the Massachusetts area as he was tree hunting. He said the guy's immediate answer was yes. So after selecting the tree, he said I would drive by it every so often to check in on it, make sure it still looked like it did.
How's my tree?
He said in the spring of this year, I decided to call Earl and asked if I could start feeding it and watering it. He said, I came up quite often to feed I came up quite often to feed the tree, and every time I got out of the car, I smiled, and I knew it was the right one for Rockefeller Center. So not only did he ask the guy, then he goes and takes care of it to make sure it's perfect for when it arrives to the plaza.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So I guess it is a donation.
It is. That's what it looks like.
It's very, very nice of the person. You know?
I mean, to them, they probably think it's kind of cool, right?
It's an honor.
That's exactly what it says here, is that it's an honor for them to let people go see their tree and celebrate Christmas.
Yep.
I might want a little something on the side. Just saying. Just a little walking around money. Maybe, I don't know, 40,000 and 20s in a
You
bag.
got your walking around money today already.
I won $105 at Hard Rock. Three spins
you
at
got to
$1.
put $1 down on it.
Come on, Don. Does it matter? Life is short.
Those tables have minimum what?
Minimum?
20, yeah, what's the minimum on that table? Like $25 at least chip?
I think it was
$5 chip minimum.
I don't even know what the minimum was. I'd be honest with you. I don't know what the minimum was. I didn't see. At that time in the morning, it's usually probably 5 or 10. Weekends, it's a lot more. Big Saturday nights, Friday nights. But during the morning, like Monday morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, it's not a big one. Might even have been $1. I mean, you know, I don't know. Does it really matter?
I don't know. You seem very happy.
He is. I mean, this morning it was like extra pep in his step. So when it comes to, I was looking at the donations, the selection of the tree. They say some people even submit their trees for consideration. A lot of time they get passed on. But they do say that the tree that's cut down and brought to Rockefeller Center is replaced by a new tree or trees that they plant on the donor's property.
Oh,
that's great.
That's nice. That's very nice.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it comes from upstate New York. I lived in the city for years. We used to see it pulling in on the big truck. It was like a big thing. They would let everybody know when it was coming in. And it's cool.
So that's cool. So people who do get upset, there's a little bit more behind it. Yes, they do take down a very old tree, but they do plant new ones. And they say since 2007, the trees that leave or have been donated to Rockefeller, then they're donated to Habitat for Humanity International, and they mill them for lumber to build these houses.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's like, yeah, a lot of
benefit.
A lot of doing good.
Have you ever been to Rockefeller Center?
Oh, yeah.
That's great. I mean, it really is. Puts you in the spirit. I mean, if you go after the fact, it's cool, but it's so much cooler than, if you go before Christmas. And I don't know what the procedure is. I know they changed it. They used to keep the lights on 24 hours a day. Now they don't. I think they stop them at 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock. But it's so cool to go see the tree. Go ice skating if you could. I did that as a kid all the time. And, really cool place. It's not that big. Like if you're not from, the area and you go there, Johnny C used to always say this, our host for years, like you picture it in your mind like to be so huge, but it's really not. A great place to meet bookmakers too and loan sharks because there's so many people. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. What about the Yanks? Is it over for the Yanks? Halloween? Are you going to dress up for work or not? Franny, you have something? We have a lot of men who listen to our station and women, but I know you have something about men, things that annoy them. I can't believe there's anything about a woman that would annoy a guy. Really can't.
So many things.
This is such a stretch.
So many things. And I guess this is, I love how they title it. They say men are getting brutally honest about things that annoy them from women that immediately they say let them know that she's not the one.
All right, so Don, we'll play along too.
Do you guys have your own?
No, well, when you say something,
no,
when you say them, we'll say or nah, that doesn't bother me.
Oh, okay. So I thought you were going to add your own to it. No? All right.
We will.
Okay. All right. So let's start here. This is a BuzzFeed community decided to share what was going on, and they've been very vocal about what bothers them about women. And we know there's a heated topic, but we have to be fair and let people share their thoughts on the opposite sex, right? Because I feel like we do this a lot. What women talk about annoy men.
Yeah, guys always get crushed. Poor guys.
They said when women that are already in a relationship seek validation from other men when it's clear they're not attracted to them. Does that make any sense?
So they're really telling another guy about their relationship, and do you think I'm right or wrong?
No, when women they seek validation from other men. Like they need that attention. They need to be told that they are attractive.
Beautiful.
They need that validation. Yes, even though they're in they're in a relationship. It's like, why do you need to hear that from other guys?
But that's sneaky.
When whoever you're with should be enough.
That's right. That's right. And that shows you whoever they're with is not enough.
And it's not necessarily saying they're cheating. They just want that validation of like, tell me I'm pretty.
Yeah, that sucks.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So these are things. It says, I've known women who do the expect princess treatment, but don't return it. They said that kind of surprises me when a woman wants to be treated on a pedestal, but does not do the same for the guy. I don't know. This guy said you get what you give. And that's how it should be in relationships.
Yeah, it should be. But tell them that's Paramount Lot 6.
Yes.
It's never like that. Here's a newsflash. It's never 50-50. You're lucky if it's 80-20, if that. And I don't know. Everybody's different. But I don't think it's you get what you give. Yeah. It's never that. That's fair.
Now, what about this? This happens often. These are turnoffs. Baby talk. Do not refer to me as daddy. That's effing creepy, not sexy. But also when she puts on that little kid baby voice.
I don't like that. That's creepy. So weird. Save that for the other guy who comes after me. I'm here for 7-Eleven. Let the other guy come. I love it. Yeah, I don't like baby talk.
This one guy says if she walks around with her phone in her hand all the time, it's a bad sign.
Yeah.
They said unless she's waiting for Uber or callback, also don't think before saying something. You don't always have to put your 2 cents in. This guy says. So, yeah, bad sign if you're walking around with your phone in your hand all the time.
Well, if your phone is the most important thing to you and you're with me, then I'm not as important, or you're not engaged with me, or I'm not interesting. So then you shouldn't be with me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I bore you, then sorry not.
The phone shouldn't be needed every minute.
Yeah, it just shouldn't be. I don't like somebody's got to take a picture of everything either. You know, like, let's take a picture here, let's take a picture here. And then I'll be like, go over here, I'll take a picture of you. And I fling their phone and I leave. I'm like, I'm out. Take a picture of their food. Oh, my God, I got to post this. For what? It's a steak.
What you got to do is when they want you to take a photo, you got to take selfies.
Of course. That's a little bit like, I don't want to be that guy.
See, a lot of these are very similar. I think guys would have the same answer. It says these are turnoffs for guys, women who have 0 goals. They said, for example, they won't work to earn money and won't save for the future. They're just kind of floating through fantasy land, life expecting me to pick up the tab all the way into retirement.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it annoys, I guess it annoys guys. I don't even think about it. You know, you like to see somebody who's ambitious. It's nice. But if they're not, I'm not going to not bang them.
This guy said when they stopped taking care of themselves. She dressed drop dead gorgeous when we started dating, and now she dresses like she's staying in even if we go out with friends. Says, I still love who she is, so I find myself wanting, it says, I still love who she is, so I find myself wanting to cheat on her to find that sexual fulfillment.
Ooh.
But I don't because she means so much to me more than just sex. Says, I feel trapped every day because she makes me happy with everything else, but the sex has become extremely infrequent. So it's all about sex, and it's also about the way she looks.
But it's more about sex than that you wear sweatpants. Yeah.
But he's saying due to my unattraction towards her. So that's why they're not having sex, is because he's not attracted to her anymore, which is a huge deal.
Yeah.
Yep. Because, she's going out in sweats. It happens. Well, yeah, this is a very specific one. I dated a woman that when she was listening to you and looking right at you, she would have her mouth open and twisting her tongue around in her mouth. He said it's hard to describe.
Maybe what Ram was doing.
He said it's hard to describe. It was just weird. That's what he said.
Maybe she was trying to send her a message. Like Taco Tuesdays, if you know what I mean.
Tonight's the night.
It is a Tuesday. If you have anything you want to add, 47142, started off with Real Radio. Finally here the guy says, the silent treatment is immature. You're an adult. Use your words. Sometimes the hurt cause is so extreme that the other can only be silent because the pain is too strong. He was like, but people are silent after being hurt. This is something you should talk about instead.
I think the silent treatment is only good if you're never going to talk to the person again. But if you're going to talk to them tomorrow or 4 o'clock, what the hell's the difference? Just do it now. I mean, a wise guy taught me many years ago, if you're going to get beat up Greek, get beat up on Monday. Don't wait till the weekend. And it's true. If you're never going to talk to me again, then that's fine. But if you're going to wait like 3 days and call me, what is that proving? You're going to call me eventually anyway, so just call me, and whatever conflict it is, let's resolve. I mean, that's my thought process. I mean, if you're never going to talk to the person again, and that's got to be pretty bad if you're at that level, you know, where you're so angry and mad that you're never going to talk to the person. But if you're going to call them tomorrow and you're like, and I've heard people, I'm going to, wait until tomorrow. Or if somebody meets somebody and they're going, I got to wait 3 days to call her. This was last week, one of my buddies. He met some great girl. He said on Friday night, she gave me a number. He goes, I'm not going to call her Tuesday. I don't want her to think I'm anxious. I said, by Tuesday, she give me another guy. Just freaking call her. Stop playing games. You like her? Call her. I think you're nice. I want to go out with you. Why wait 3 days? I said, suppose you drop dead Sunday. You never end up going out with her.
There you go. Wise words of Greek.
That could be a promo. There it is. Wise words. Let us know if there's anything that annoy you guys about women. And we'll even open up on the other side, women too, about men, things that they do. Franny gave a list of things on a Reddit thread. There could be certain things that annoy you about guys. Is there anything off the top of your head that would annoy you?
I would say probably one of those fit really good. I'm not even sure now. I'm trying to think.
All right. Here's a couple I got.
Let's see.
She's like, I got a list.
Let's hear this list.
Don't hang with me, drinks, dinner, and then tell me you got a boyfriend like 2 hours later. Tell me up front.
Oh, well, yeah, that one, yeah.
If I come up to you and we start talking, I'm not working for the New York Post and I'm doing a survey. Actually, I want to get to know you and I think you're hot. Tell me you got a boyfriend. Or you're married, whatever. But don't tell me 2 hours in. I'm not a big fan of that. Just not. And if you don't have to say anything, just be like, hey, I'm going to pass. No, thank you. I have a boyfriend or whatever. But I don't think you should be taking drinks or dinner or anything like that. Not knowing. I think that's a little bit scumbuddy to me personally. Franny, what do you think of that?
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
If you meet somebody and you're out, and now if somebody says, well, if you want a friend, I'm cool with being a friend, but I'm not looking for anything romantic.
Somebody here, I like this one at 47142. They said, never make someone your priority if to them you're just an option.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. That's a good one. That's it. Some people don't mind being an option, but it's true. But there's always one that's a little bit more than the other one. You know what I mean? It's never 50-50. It's just not. There's always one that wants one more. Even when you talk to couples, I love talking to couples when you ask them, and I really don't care. I'm just killing time. Like, how'd you guys meet? And they tell their story. And there's always one that has like, oh, he was after me or she was sweating me. And then in between there's something there. It is the Penthouse, and between 10 and 2, there's nothing there. We're here to have a good time, and we hope you're having a good time also. Yankee fans, what is going on? Are we done? Is it over tonight? Do you want it just to end, or you want to try to win a game? Dom says you don't want to get swept. You want to try to win at least one for pride's sake. And maybe one leads to 2, and then you never know.
You never know.
You never know. I think the Dodgers will sweep the Yankees was like 18-1 in Vegas. Because everybody was saying 7, maybe 6. So we'll see what happens with that. We got some fun facts. Don't forget, Instagram is your chance today to win Stewart Air Show tickets. That's going to be a great, great event. Franny actually went up in a plane years ago, and so did Jimmy, our former producer. Fantastic to just check it out and to see those planes. Dom, would you get on a plane?
Yeah.
You would?
Why not?
You're nuts, too. 877-927-6969. Call us if you're nuts. We want you. Peace.
Introducing the latest way to hear the greatest station in the world. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio.
Real Radio wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. We're hooking you up with $1,000 up to 13 times every weekday. Bet on every game, make some crazy parlays, buy some new jerseys, pay off some of that debt. Once you win the money, we don't care what you do with it. It's yours. Listen for the keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Score $1,000 in Red Zone revenue. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio. Red Zone Revenue is sponsored by Steinger, Green, and Finer.
After your car accident, we put money in your pocket or you pay us nothing. Steinger, Green, and Finer. 1-800-561-1111.
800-561-1111. 800-561-1111.
Offices West Palm and Miami.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
A decent drive along your expressways this afternoon. 95 of the Turnpike currently accident-free, flowing freely as well. Got some road work here on Lakeview Avenue westbound at Flagler Drive, blocking the left lane, and construction Southern Boulevard westbound after Kirk Road. The right lane is blocked. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by PureTalk.com. Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, and it's football season, and Monday Night Football, that's where you should be watching the games with beautiful ladies and drink specials all night long. 7 days a week, Monroe's is open, and the beautiful ladies are there with a 5-star menu. Even if your team's not winning, you'll feel like a winner because you're at Monroe's with the beautiful ladies, and you're inside the huddle. Always a great time on Monroe's and Palm Beach. Get over there today, and Monday Night Football, that's where you should be. Peace.
Hey everyone, it's Jay Shetty, and I am so excited to let you know that my latest podcast interview is with the one and only Tom Hanks.
I have left many wonderful atmosphere or a loving atmosphere without thinking, oh, things were really wonderful back then. I wish I was back there. Jay, I don't think I've ever thought that.
Listen to On Purpose with Jay Shetty on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search On Purpose.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
Top reasons your career wants you to move to Ohio. Thousands of high-paying jobs in tech, healthcare, science, and more. The career you want and a life you'll love. Have it all in the heart of it all. Go to callohiohome.com.
Your business needs a network it can count on.
Power's out.
Comcast Business has you covered with Wi-Fi backup to help keep your business up and running, even when your power goes out.
Everybody in the warehouse good? Lights are out, but the Wi-Fi's up. Let's power on.
It's from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Break room, you good?
Can't microwave my burrito, but Wi-Fi's fine. Let's power on.
Power on with the leader in connectivity, Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Learn how to get Comcast Business Internet and Security Edge plus Wi-Fi backup for $59 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add Comcast Business Unlimited Mobile. And ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online today. Ends 11/17/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 300 megabit per second internet, Security Edge, and Wi-Fi backup. Eagle bill and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change.
With Cybersecurity Awareness Month winding down, LifeLock wants to remind you to update your software. These updates are used to patch up security issues that identity thieves can exploit to gain access to your personal info. But for comprehensive identity theft protection, there's LifeLock. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal info and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start your 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my name as your promo code, Clay.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
My daughter Natalie was diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma.
We thought we were losing our daughter, and then when we came to St. Jude, everything changed.
We just did the best treatment for Natalie.
It's the donors who have already taken on that burden on their backs and said, all right, we've got this.
Hope changes everything. It's what's kept us going.
You can help kids fight childhood cancer. Please become a St. Jude Partner in Hope today by texting SHIRT to 785-833.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We start to clear up into this afternoon. Fewer clouds in the forecast. We do still have that isolated risk for some showers as we move through the rest of the day into the evening. High temperatures will get into the low and mid 80s across the area, feeling much more pleasant with dew points in the city.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back. Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cash Back Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
If you or someone you know suffered any injuries involving a deployed airbag, you could be entitled to compensation. Morgan & Morgan has already recovered millions. Get America's largest injury law firm fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
You've been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some red zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword GRAND at realradio921.com. That's GRAND. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Nice rejoiner. I think that's the one from the Alabama song me and Franny did. Is it the same music?
No.
It's not?
You said that last time.
Yeah, I thought it is. Sounds like it.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
It sounds similar, but it's not.
All right, check out Dominic's new haircut on our, if you look at us in the studio, you can go to our website, check out Real TV. Dom got a shaved and got a haircut in 48 hours. Woo! That's a lot. He's ready to rock. Maybe there's a new woman in your life. No?
Nope.
New man?
Nope.
All right, just asking.
Wow, great. None.
Franny's here.
Hey.
And it is time for some fun facts about what? We don't know, but we'll find out.
It's Franny's Fun Facts. All right, today is National Cat Day. It's also, let's see, National Oatmeal Day, if you like oatmeal. National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day.
What does that mean, take back? You take back your
Take back your drugs.
Take
No,
back
it
your
says
drugs.
learn about safe ways to dispose of your prescription drugs.
Okay.
Yes. Let's see, what else we got? It is Bob Ross's birthday.
Who's Bob Ross, the painter?
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't he pass away?
Yes.
Okay. I wish him happy birthday. He's not going to know.
It's also National Internet Day, and that's what I am going to do some fun facts about, is the internet, and we will start here. It started as a military project. The internet began as a U.S. Department of Defense project called ARPANET, I believe I'm saying that right. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the 1960s, designed to create a decentralized communication system that could withstand potential attacks. They say the very first website is still online. The world's first website, which was created by Tim Berners-Lee at CERN, CERN in 1991, is still accessible today. It's a simple text page explaining the basics of the World Wide Web. That is the first one. They say over 5 billion people are online. As of recent data, about 5.18 billion people worldwide use the internet. They said that's around 65% of the global population. As we know this, email does predate the web. Email existed long before the World Wide Web, with the first message sent in 1971. Email message.
Wow.
Yep. They said this innovation allowed messages to be sent between computers, paving the way for online communication.
It took them a long time to really get it going. From 71 to where it became a way of life.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. There are more devices than people. The Internet of Things has exploded, they say, with over 10 billion connected devices globally, exceeding the human population. Of course, including smart appliances, phones, wearables, all kinds of stuff. They said Google was originally called Backrub. I did not know that. When Larry Page and Sergey Brin started Google in 1996, they called it Backrub, referring to the way their algorithm analyzed backlinks. They later changed it to Google, derived from Google, which is a large number. Google.
Good move, I think.
Google.
I don't know about Backrub.
Backrub?
Mm.
You never know.
No, you don't, because we're used to being called Google. But Backrub? I would think it's something else.
The internet and the web are different. If you're like, they are. The internet is a global network of connected devices, while the World Wide Web is a system of interconnected documents and media accessed via the internet. They said the web is just one service that operates on the internet. A lot of people don't know that.
Yep.
The first webcam ever monitored a coffee pot. They said the first webcam was set up in 1993 at the University of Cambridge to monitor a coffee pot so people could see if it was full before making the trip to go pour yourself a cup of coffee.
Right.
That was the first time the webcam was used.
They don't want you to waste your time walking into the kitchen.
Yeah, you just watch it live and you're like, all right, there's not enough in there.
Anyway.
I'm not going to go.
Oh, wow. How lazy can
And
they get?
look at that person. They just emptied the coffee pot and didn't make a new thing of coffee. That SOB. Yep, it happens. There are more than 1.5 billion websites. It says as of recent count, there's over 1.5 billion websites on the internet, though only a fraction are active. They say roughly 200 million sites are consistently updated and regularly used. That's only 200 million compared to the 1.5 billion that are just sitting there, or a lot they're just sitting there from that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Nobody does anything with them.
We do know the deep web and the dark web, right? I've never accessed it, nor do I know if I want to, but they say most of the internet isn't accessible through standard search engines. The deep web includes databases, private networks, academic resources, while the dark web is a hidden part of the internet, which is accessed via special browsers.
Have you ever been on dark web?
Nope.
I feel like you would be somebody who
Oh, great.
Not for like weird stuff, even though it is weird stuff, but like you know how to you know all these ins and outs. I mean, when we talk about movies, you're like, well, I've seen it, even though I'm not supposed to. I feel like you know ways to access it though.
So would you ever like 3 a.m. try to buy a kidney for a friend?
Only for you, Greek.
I would sell my kidney, no problem. I mean, it's pure. There's no alcohol. I mean, somebody want to give me some decent money. You can't do it; it's illegal. But you know,
dark web.
Maybe. I would be worried about the score. That would bother me a little. But besides that, I guess I get over it.
And just a couple more here. The first search engine was called Archie, created in 1990. Archie was a file search engine that indexed the name of downloadable files. We also have internet addiction is recognized as a disorder. Some health organizations include, South Korea, China recognize internet addiction as a mental health issue with actually rehab centers and therapy specifically for digital overuse.
Did you know that? I didn't.
What are they, like, making people go outside, basically, for those?
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta play kickball for 3 hours.
I can see, though, how it can be an addiction. I think it is an addiction for a lot of us here. But we just don't have rehabs for it. Oh, yeah.
Do you know anybody who
constantly on the internet?
Yeah, you think? Do you know anybody, would you say friendly, that you, friends or something, family that you think worry about, like, they're they have an addiction for it?
Not anybody I'm concerned for.
Okay.
I mean, if you think about it, being on social media, that's all considered part of that.
But for what us, a lot of it is a job, too. I'm talking about somebody like, is on 10, 12 hours a day. Can't get off of it.
Hey, that might be their job still.
Could be.
If it's their job, then obviously it's a little different. Whether or not you could be addicted to it, like anything else. You do something for work, and then it leads into something else. It happens in all areas. Drinking, gambling, drugs. You're around it so much, all of a sudden you're like, all right, let me try it.
And then finally here in 60 seconds, a lot happens on the internet. Every minute online, about 500 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube. 41 million messages are sent via WhatsApp, and around 347,000 tweets are posted. That's just every minute online. Yep. And there you go for your internet fun facts on a National Internet Day.
Touring you, Franny. Great job as always. We give you an A for that effort and for a good job on fun facts. Rod Stewart was touring over the weekend. 79 years old. They said he was unbelievable. Rod can still rock it. Looks great. His voice sounds good. I think he was in the Bahamas over the weekend, and he got a lot of great reviews at 79 years old. Rod Stewart still rocking and rolling. I remember years ago, I was in Fred Siegel's in Beverly Hills walking across the parking lot, and a soccer ball came flying. And I looked up and I picked it up. This is like in the 90s, and it was Rod Stewart. He's like, hey, throw it back, mate. I picked it up, and I'm like, oh, my God, it's Rod Stewart. Like, I froze for a second, then I threw it back. He was playing soccer with his son in the parking lot. It was so funny. 877-927-6969. Some of the things that annoy you about women or vice versa about men. Yankees, should they just say no and end it, or should they try to get a W tonight? Dom says you don't want to get swept. You just don't. Try to get one win. Reds swept the Yankees in 76. I'll never forget it. I was a very young kid, and I cried because I had tickets to Game 5, and there was no Game 5.
Was that the last time you cried?
No, I actually cried. I cried Sunday. I watched the whole thing about the receiver for the 49ers, and I broke a tear with that. I don't know what made me cry. It just did. It was just
with the police officer,
yeah, it was so emotional. Mm-hmm. And I'm not one to cry over stuff like that.
It was probably the part with the parents thanking the police officer that probably got to you.
Oh, my God. It was emotional. I mean, and just
her telling him to stay, you're going to stay alive, you're going to make it.
Yeah, and she said to him, this is not your day to die. You're not going to die. It just so emotional. What I was really shocked about that whole video, I said a little bit the other day, is that he walked into the ambulance. Like he wasn't, knocked out or late. I mean, that's and he had a hole in his chest. Like you saw it, like her hand on his chest, and it was just unbelievable. They said 100 people, only 1 or 2 would have survived that. I mean, and it didn't touch an organ, thank God. And he's playing football now, 6 weeks later.
So he's back sooner than Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got shot and he's back sooner.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is amazing. But like I said, nothing hit his organ. He was in tip-top shape, which is great. But yeah, that's actually before then. I can't think of a time before that I cried. But Sunday, I don't know what it was. I was watching and it hit me.
Were you at New York Prime?
On Sunday? No, it was 12 o'clock.
Strikes, where are you?
I don't remember where I was watching it someplace, but it definitely hit me. And I was surprised. I was like, wow, this is really emotional. And with the police, and again, I don't think we give enough credit to the police officers, men and women, first responders, fire department, who do a job every day, save our lives, and go out there, and they should get more credit because we only recognize them when we need them. You know what I mean? Then we're like, oh my God, thank God you're here. But if you're listening out there as a police officer, man or woman, thank you so much for all your services. I don't think you guys get enough credit or pay. If I was governor, I'd raise everybody. Same thing with the fire department, and same thing with first responders. I mean, they just do an unbelievable job. And usually the worst situations.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, which is so true. And like this woman, life and death. And the thing with his case was, he was robbed on a great area, San Francisco. He was like, there was Tiffany's there, Louis Vuitton. It was the high-end place. And this kid, 17 years old, just came up to him and in a second shot him. So it wasn't like you say, it was a back alley or a bad place or a club or something 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
It was in a beautiful area. So it can happen anywhere. I remember years ago, one of my girlfriends got mugged in front of Trump Towers. A guy broke her arm for her purse. 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yep.
Obviously, there was no weapon involved, but she fell and she broke her arm. So you just never know. You got to have your head on a swivel no matter where you are, always. I think everybody feels more relaxed during the day. They always tell you that. Guy at a casino this morning said to me, Greek, be careful early mornings. You know what? You can get rolled. He said it happens. A lot of people. 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, stuff happens. So you got to be careful when you're out there. But yeah, that was an emotional thing. He was a Gator. And to see his parents, like you said, I mean, I can't imagine stepping into that if you have a child and you know what? You see somebody who saves their life, because that's got to be the worst thing in the world if you're a parent to lose your kid. There's no doubt about that. I've talked to a couple people that happened to, and it's very, very sad. But yeah, it was an emotional thing. It definitely was. I'm glad he's healthy, and I hope he, can. I'm sure he had the top doctors in the world who's seen him and said, "Hey, you can play, and you could do this." Because you would think, but even Hamill, the guy for the Buffalo Bills, I can't believe he plays. I mean, because if that's me, I don't know if I ever play again.
But that was a very freak incident that happened accident, shall I say, that happened to him too.
Of course, but it still happened.
Mm-hmm.
And it can happen again. And, he's out there. I mean, he's the one with Tua.
Happened to Bronny James.
Yeah.
USC.
Yeah, another one. LeBron, I would not be playing. No way.
Mm-hmm.
Has no need to play. Just maybe the desire, obviously, or passion. He could do anything else he wants. Because I remember gathers for college football, college basketball, Lloyd Merrimont, way before your time. I was a kid, and he had same thing.
Heart attack on the court.
Yeah, but first he stopped. He had one before that, and they brought him back, and then he played again, and it happened again. I don't know. Everybody's different. There's that extra gear that I think certain people have as professional athletes or actors or whatever field is at the top of their field that we do not have, I'll say for myself, because that extra push, and they have it. I mean, they're out there no matter what. Even the Tua situation. So many people are like, man, just retire. What are you doing? But I got to tell you.
He loves the game too much.
Yeah, when you see him Sunday on the sidelines and coming out of there and the tunnel and yelling and screaming, I mean, what replaces that? That's hard. And he hasn't played long.
Sometimes retirement's hard for people.
Oh, it is. It's hard for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, because usually your job is your identity. That's your life. I remember my dad retired and he moved down here, and I said to him, I couldn't get your phone in. It was the only thing I couldn't get. And this was going back like early 2000s. He goes, it doesn't matter. I said, why not? He goes, nobody's calling me anymore. Nobody needs tickets. Nobody needs jobs. Nobody's raises. I'm not the president anymore. And you know what? Maybe 2 or 3 people. That was it. I mean, you're just done. You're retired.
Mm-hmm.
So it is hard. And that's why it's good if you have hobbies and family and stuff like that as you get older. But I think at any level, you hear a lot of ball players that really have problems. And as a common person, you're like, man, what do you have problems? You got millions of dollars. You could do anything. But that juice and that high, you know what I mean, of playing sports is unlike anything for a lot of people that you can, really witness and check it out. The Wade statue is still getting a lot of hype down here. Everybody's talking about it.
Yeah, but he's come out and says, I don't care about all the hate. I like it.
Yeah, he did. Now, Wade, for what I've known and heard from a lot of people, is just the nicest guy. Never heard a bad thing about him. I have a friend of mine who worked for the Heat in the ticket office for years and just said one of the nicest guys he ever met. I don't know. I've heard other morning shows, other shows, TV, everybody talking like it doesn't look like him at all.
It doesn't. You don't have to listen. You just look with your very own eyes. If you haven't, I think I posted it yesterday on our page, realradio921.com. Just check out the Penthouse blog, but you can find it everywhere. It's all over social media. It looks nothing like him.
I want to see it now. Now I have an urge.
You haven't seen it?
No, I saw it on the internet, but I'm saying in person, I have an urge to go down there and to check it out. Do you think they take it down or no?
I mean, I would think if it would only be if he pressed it, right? If Dwayne Wade was like super unhappy and pressed the issue, I would think. I don't know.
We have somebody on hold?
We do. We have Evan.
Evan, what's happening, buddy?
Hey, everyone.
Hey, Evan.
Yeah, you know the ironic thing about when Tua got his concussion, the third concussion, was the guy who he impacted, the player he impacted on Buffalo was Damar Hamlin.
We just talked about that.
The guy that had a heart attack. Oh, did you? I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that part.
Just mentioned it. We were talking about players who, the 49er receiver who got shot.
Yeah, I heard that part. That's what made me think about it. I didn't hear about Hamlin. But, the Yankees have to win, man. It's just, being swept is, as like kissing your sister. It's terrible. Well, I don't know unless Greg, it might be your sister,
I never had a sister, something I wanted. But you know what? Sort of life. You can't always get everything. I used to always say to my mom, like, I want a sister. But I never had a sister. But I have a lot of girls that are friends that seem like sisters to me over the years, which is nice.
Sure. Yeah, having a sister that's a year older than you is always good because, you get to learn about girls a little bit earlier.
All right.
Her friend.
Yeah.
Get her friends,
Your sister older or younger, Dom?
Older.
Older? Was it beneficial for you?
Yeah.
Not really, because she was 5-6 years older than me. So
got it.
Yeah. The Yankees are in more trouble than the Middle East right now. They got a lot of problems. They really do. They're not hitting. That's the bottom line.
I think they're what really some of the bad calls that umpire behind the plate made, because that really they lost, because when they had a chance, when Glaber had that chance, was a bases loader or two on, and they just called really some bad pitches on that play, and that really just deflated them. I mean, you could just see that, they just go like, we can't win. So
I just think the Dodgers are a much better team. People who really don't know baseball don't follow. The Dodgers, that is not even their starting shortstop who's playing. That's the first thing. They got a Cy Young Award guy who's on the bench who's not even playing. There's a couple of guys hurt in their bullpen. I'm a diehard Yankee fan since I was a kid, but I didn't think the Yankees had a chance. And also, if the Yankees going in, people thought third place in the division. So there's 30 teams sitting home. As a Yankee fan, it sucks, but we're in the World Series.
Yeah, we talked about we didn't think they'd make it with their pitching this year.
Well, you told just the World Series because they made it up to that. And this is the argument I have with all my friends. They're, bitching about the Yankees. Yankees suck. They're in the World Series. They're not beating the Dodgers.
Exactly.
I mean, but they are in the World Series, so give them credit. And judges, you know what? In any sports team, in any championship game or series, if the star doesn't play well, you're not winning. Chiefs go to Super Bowl this year and Mahomes has a bad game, I got news for you. The Chiefs aren't winning. I mean, it just happens that way.
Plus, you say people are talking about Judge and his money. Well, who cares? No, he cares. You're when you're a kid. You played ball when you were a kid. You wanted to win no matter what.
Of course.
And that's how it was. Even though if you got all the money and all the accolades and all that stuff, now you want. A lot of guys. 9 times. Well, I'm not going to say 9 times, but I'm going to say 9 times out of 10. You ask an athlete, what would you rather do, win the MVP or get a big, or what they wanted is the World Series? I want a championship. Baseball, football, basketball, whatever it is. It's the championship's what they want.
Of course, because you get known for that, and when you're on the biggest stage in the world, there comes a point as a fan that whether you root for the guy or not, if they're doing so bad, you feel bad for them. You just do. And when Judge struck out last night, I'm a Yankee fan, but I felt bad. I was just saying, like, get a freaking hit. Let him get something. Jeter said it before the game. You know what? Maybe he gets a blue pivot or something and it breaks him out of the slump. But it sucks. And when you're walking back to that dugout and those people are yelling, you suck, give us back your money.
Yeah.
And I mean, you hear it. You hear it. I mean, you do. As people, regular people, if somebody talks trash about it, it bothers you. Social media today, they got to deal with that. I'm not saying, ooh, Aaron Judge, let's have a, GoFundMe page, but he's not waking up in the morning happy. It sucks. He's probably at the batting cage right now.
Yeah, and it's pressure. But you know what the coolest thing about the Yankees is when they introduced the fans or introduced the players out from the stands.
Yeah,
that's really cool. They had it on. I think it was 60 Minutes or something a couple weeks ago. They had the guys out there how they actually do it. And this one guy actually gets them started, and then they start doing it, and then they all turn around and applaud. It's really that's pretty interesting there.
It's cool when you see it. It's goosebumps. Jeter last night threw out the first pitch was super, super cool. People are like, "Oh my God, is he gonna, like not be able to make home plate?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me? It's Jeter," and he looked great.
Come on.
Yeah, but again, as a Yankee fan, do you want him to win one game, or would you rather it over tonight?
Oh, of course, I want him to win. I don't want to sweep. Nope, no sweep. Nope.
All right.
Home Depot will keep their brooms. In New York tonight.
Yeah, that's right. And also, Franny put out something earlier. I forgot it's Halloween. So there is a lot of brooms out there. You got to make sure. Evan, good call.
Hey, you guys have fun.
All right, you too. It is the Penthouse on a great Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. We're going to come back with a lot more, take you through the rest of the afternoon. And don't forget, you get a keyword every hour, your chance to win $1,000 here on Real Radio. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Jeff says, Sean, you need to stop. You have no idea what you're talking about. Are you a child therapist? No, I don't think so. Jeff, shut up. What I'm talking about.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Pretty easy drive right now up and down Palm Beach County. Only going to take you about 21 minutes between Riviera Beach and Delray Beach on I-95 in either direction. The Turnpike also up to speed. That's a look at traffic. I'm Dennis Taylor.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, and it's football season, and Monday Night Football, that's where you should be watching the games with beautiful ladies and drink specials all night long. 7 days a week, Monroe's is open, and the beautiful ladies are there with a 5-star menu. Even if your team's not winning, you'll feel like a winner because you're at Monroe's with the beautiful ladies, and you're inside the huddle. Always a great time on Monroe's and Palm Beach. Get over there today, and Monday Night Football, that's where you should be. Peace.
Come on out to Townies this Sunday for our next Miller Lite Pro Football Watch Party of the season as Miami takes on Buffalo. Great food and drink specials, including $2 Miller Lite drafts during the game, $3.75 drafts, and 5 for 15 buckets during all televised pro football games all season long. Plenty of Real Radio swag and a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Miami game. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. Townies Tavern, 2777 Southwest Martin Highway in Palm City. See you there.
Hey, it's Greek to tell you about my new favorite spot, Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Streets. Pollard is an upscale, sophisticated coffee shop specializing in a wide range of coffee, beverages, and teas. Located in Deerfield Beach, proud sponsor 2024 Greek's Gridiron. Pollard Coffee, the way I start every day. Peace.
The 2024 presidential election is here. MSNBC has the in-depth coverage and analysis you need. Our reporters are on the ground. Steve Kornacki is at the big board breaking down the races. Rachel Maddow and our Decision 2024 team will provide insight as results come in. And the Next Day Morning Joe will give you perspective on what it all means for the future of our country. Watch coverage of the 2024 presidential election Tuesday, November 5th, beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern on MSNBC.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. But what does that really mean for our clients, for you? It means that when you hire us, you don't just get a lawyer, you get a legal army, almost 800 lawyers alone. That army includes an entire legal team, specialist lawyers, investigators, and a 24/7 client satisfaction staff. Just like if you were going into surgery, you wouldn't trust one person to handle the paperwork, the scheduling, the anesthesia, and the surgery. Have you ever seen a surgeon operating alone and without resources? No way. Why would you trust a small firm with your case? Your case is a big deal to us. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Top reasons your career wants you to move to Ohio. Thousands of high-paying jobs in tech, healthcare, science, and more. The career you want and a life you'll love. Have it all in the heart of it all. Go to callohiohome.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
With Cybersecurity Awareness Month winding down, LifeLock wants to remind you to update your software. These updates are used to patch up security issues that identity thieves can exploit to gain access to your personal info. But for comprehensive identity theft protection, there's LifeLock. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal info and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start your 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my name as your promo code, Clay.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
With Cybersecurity Awareness Month winding down, LifeLock wants to remind you to update your software. These updates are used to patch up security issues that identity thieves can exploit to gain access to your personal info. But for comprehensive identity theft protection, there's LifeLock. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal info and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start your 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my name as your promo code, Clay.
Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
Injured? Call Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather at 500-HELP. HELP is just a local phone call away.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We start to clear up into this afternoon. Fewer clouds in the forecast. We do still have that isolated risk for some showers as we move through the rest of the day into this evening. High temperatures will get into the low and mid 80s across the area, feeling much more pleasant with dew points in the 60s.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 in my garage after I overpaid for new blinds. I researched the industry, hired my mom, and 14 years later, we're one of the largest retailers of custom blinds in the U.S. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
I'm Julian Edelman.
I'm Rob Gronkowski.
Welcome to Dudes on Dudes. We're going to highlight players, and we're just going to sit here and talk about them. And we'll get into the types of dudes. Is Randy Moss a stud or a freak? Is Tom Brady a dog or a dude's dude?
We're gonna find out, Jules. New episodes drop every Thursday during the NFL season.
Listen to Dudes on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Dudes on Dudes to start listening.
The Greek Trifecta is sponsored by the Crazy Horse Saloon.
News Junkie is sponsored by FAMU's Mary. Educate, learn, talk.
Real Radio 92.1. We are an iHeart radio station.
How dare that come from somebody who looks like they're homeless?
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Franny, so judgmental.
I was going to say, that could way be put out of context. Sounds like I said that.
Yeah, so.
Because that did come out of my mouth, but I was repeating something that Greek said, saying it was judgmental. I don't like that. Yeah, put a weird spin on it.
You're so judgmental.
Sounds like I'm making
We're
fun
all
of people.
equal in this world.
Oh, my God. Tom, I used to like you, man. I did. Putting weird spins on things.
Remember, at the end of the day,
what?
Franny is the boss. She is.
You never believe that.
Oh, I so do. You guys are the best. Every day, this company's lucky to have both of you. You do a great job. Should be proud of your profession. Thank you so much. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
Clean shaven, beard, and haircut. Wow, I still think there might be a lady lurking someplace.
Maybe, hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe that's it. Trying to get himself.
Yeah. Franny, she always looks great. She's like a $100 bill. Have you ever seen a $100 bill look bad? Never. You ever seen Franny look bad? Never. Have you?
I've seen some dirty $100 bills out there.
But you didn't toss it away.
Oh, no, it was $100. I don't care what it looks like.
That's my point. It is time for a Greek trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek Trifecta.
World Series game 4 tonight in New York City. Yankees are down 3-0. It is pretty brutal. It is, man, what is going to happen? Do the Yanks get swept tonight? What do you think? Dodgers have been in control of this series, and Freeman is having an unbelievable series. He is MVP right now. And again, he was long odds to win MVP. I think he was like 9 or 11-1. And 2 days before the World Series, he wasn't not even supposed to play because his ankle was so bad. He was hopping around the National League Championship, but man, he's been doing great. We'll see what happens tonight. Game 4 at NYC. Maybe Jay-Z's got to come out. They had Fat Joe out there last night. Not so fat anymore. He lost 200 pounds. But we'll see what happens.
I thought it was funny that he cursed and they had to censor it.
Yeah, people were talking about that. But again, I don't know. I don't know if the Yankees can win tonight. I just feel the momentum is so on the Dodgers' path. And the Dodgers do one thing the Yankees don't do. The Dodgers don't strike out. I mean, even like they just, even if they miss a pitch, they fouled off, and then they just put it in play. And they've been stealing bases and a lot of good plays in the field, too. I mean, that's the whole thing. Hoping for the best. If the Yankees lose tonight, I just want Judge to get a couple hits, and I'll be happy. Because I didn't think going into the series they were going to win. So we'll see what happens. Panthers won last night. They beat Buffalo 5-2. Remember, we are at home of the Florida Panthers. They had a good record this year so far, 7-3-1. Panthers doing good. They are the champs. Stick out your chest if you're a Panther fan. Rawr, rawr. Get that noise. You got to get that soundbite of Franny doing it. It's probably the best one I've heard. There was Monday Night Football last night. Pittsburgh has not lost in 30 years. Dominic told us that today. Thanks. Should have known that yesterday. Giants and Jets are both terrible in primetime games. So here's a hint. Okay, today is Tuesday. The Jets are playing Thursday. They're playing Houston. That is considered a primetime game. What do? You bet against the Jets. The Jets and Giants are terrible in primetime games. I think they're like 2-28. So, there it is. There it is. That's it. What we're going to do right now with the Panthers, they want that when they come out of the locker room. So the Jets are playing Thursday night. They're playing Houston. That is also Halloween night. So I don't know if you want to watch trick-or-treaters or whatever you got to do, but the Jets are bad, just like the Giants on primetime games. So there's a little note for you guys. Grease Trifecta is sponsored by Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach. Peace.
We have a few text messages that came through, 47142. We were talking about the Rockefeller tree, and somebody said, I had a friend who bought like 30-plus acres of heavily wooded land in Greentown, PA. She paid around $400K at the time. As soon as she closed, she had a timber company in there. They said she let them take about a third of the old growth and nearly got a third of the initial cost. Says the big Christmas trees are usually specimen trees that are in open spaces all by themselves, like in someone's front yard, as you would see, I guess, Rockefeller. Said I would, somebody would be happy to broker off take one of your kidneys, G-Man. Says I would be happy to broker off Greek's kidneys. He'd swing by my trailer, stop by the corner store, and pick up some extra ice on your way there. All right. We also have here.
I'm going to pass it out.
Your conversation about emotions in sports reminds me that at the age of 6, I had no interest in sports. But that year, I saw Brian's song, the original. They said it was so powerful and emotional that I took an interest in football.
Nice.
Never seen that. Have you?
Yes.
Brian's song.
Classic.
Have you seen it, Dom?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I was with James Caan and Billy D. Williams, but it was a classic. And it was it was a TV movie. It wasn't in the movies.
Got it.
But it got critically acclaimed for being a great sports movie.
Says my sister is 3.5 years younger than me. It worked in my favor, for sure. But there were chicks that befriended my sister just to get around me. Those hoes got the boot.
I thought they were going to say something else about the hose getting it.
No.
Those hoes got
Tip brother. I like it. Those hoes got the boot.
Yeah.
You can always participate, 47142. And just a heads up, our giveaway today is on our Instagram. That's at Real Radio 921 on Instagram. That is our handle. And we have a family 4-pack of tickets to the Stewart Air Show running November 8th through the 10th. That, of course, is Whitman Field, celebrating 35 years of tradition. So if you want to go to the Stewart Air Show, you just go to our Instagram. That's Real Radio 921 on Instagram and follow all the instructions. You will see the Tip Tuesday. That's our Tuesday Instagram post. Follow the instructions from there. We'll pick a winner tomorrow morning.
All right, so the cooking shows have become very famous over the last decade. The Food and Wine Show down here in South Beach is iconic. It's so big.
Yeah, they just had a big South Beach seafood festival, too.
Yes.
Which I wasn't aware was a thing. That just happened, I think, over the weekend.
And people have, like, who is your favorite celebrity chef? It's something maybe 10 years ago, people would be like, who? Who knows? Who cares? But there's a lot of them out there.
Listen, people love cooking shows. They, even if they're live and they're famous, I know this weekend, and they just started advertising with us, the Feast of Little Italy. I'll be at this weekend in Abacoa. They do a bunch of live cooking demos and stuff like that. And the seats get filled. People like to see what's going on or how to prepare stuff. I know G-Man likes to watch them, but he doesn't like to use what he learned and put it into action. He just watches.
I think it's something that you should do. I think you should audition for the Food Network. I've said it for years. You like to cook. You have a great appearance, and I think you'd be a star. I'll be your agent.
There's we spend 4 hours a day together. They have
America's... Doesn't mean we have to spend any more time together. Once you become on the Food Network, you're leaving. You're gone.
I'm just kidding. They said America's favorite celebrity chef. They did a poll. So we love a celebrity chef, and we're willing to spend what they say an average of nearly $340 to dine at one of their restaurants, right? They said we would spend $340 to dine on a 3-course meal cooked by your favorite celebrity chef. Wow. Which you think would be way more than that if you're actually getting a meal cooked by them if they show up to your house. So they did. They ended up surveying a bunch of people, and I am curious who you think. By the way, we don't have a date yet. I will have it soon, but I have a pretty big name celebrity chef coming into the Penthouse, so we'll get to talk to him. Yeah, he'll be in here. He's doing a few things. He's always in the area for the Palm Beach Food and Wine Festival.
Oh, nice.
So we're going to get him in here. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But out of 2,000 U.S. adults, who do you think they voted their favorite chef?
I'm going to say Guy. I just think he's the most popular with his show. Everybody seems to love him. He has the most shows on the Food Network.
Surprisingly enough, not top 5.
Gordon Ramsay?
Gordon Ramsay, number 1. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay seems like such a, I don't know.
Watch him. He's got so many different shows. Of course, when you watch what is it? Restaurant Impossible, which is the one where he's yelling at people. Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah. Restaurant Impossible is the guy you know. Laura.
Irvine.
Yeah.
So he's tough, but if you watch all the other cooking shows that he has, and he has one with kids and stuff like where they compete.
That's really good. The kids one.
Yeah, he's a very nice guy. And I've heard that in real person. He's got that hard-ass attitude on TV, but from most people I've met who've met Gordon Ramsay say that he is a sweetheart of a dude.
All right.
Yeah.
He's number one. Wow.
Number one. That, I believe, is our former producer, Jimmy. That's his favorite, is Gordon Ramsay.
And I know he had a restaurant. He just opened one 6 months ago in Miami.
He did a Hell's Kitchen down there. Yes, I'm surprised by the top 5 because to me, a little old schoolish, have not been around or have been around for a very long time. I feel like there's other names, but this was 2,000 Americans, not a huge sample size. Who else do you think? I have top 5 here.
Well, what you said that I'm not going to go into anybody who's popular.
I mean, they're popular. These are huge names, but to me, I feel like they had their day. But I guess they're still very popular. So
I'm going to throw it out there. I got to guess Bobby Flay.
Bobby Flay. Yep, Bobby Flay was on the list. He is number 3.
Yeah, I mean, Bobby Flay's been around for years.
He just did Kristen Cavallari, if you're familiar with her. He just did her podcast, and it was interesting. I listen to her podcast every now and then, and it looked like the two of them had some chemistry. I will say that.
He'd probably bang her.
Probably. I think he's been married 3 times, right? 4.
He gets crushed in divorces. Who the hell did I know? It just reminded me. I knew some girl who had something to do with Bobby Flay. And handled, something with his finances. And she was talking about the prenups one night that he had. But he's been divorced, I think, 3 or 4 times. Owns horses.
Yeah, I thought it was 3 marriages. Who else?
What do you got? Oh, so ahead.
Who else?
Gio, the chick I like.
Giada.
Whatever.
Not on there.
No, I know we're not talking.
Yeah, she's like, that guy doesn't even know my name. Why would I give him a chance?
She's the prettiest. Guy.
We have 2 more. We have 2 females on the list and 1 more guy.
Oh man, is Martha Stewart?
Martha Stewart. Yeah.
But she's not a chef.
Martha Stewart is a cook. She does cooking at her house.
I know, but she does so much home improvement.
She does
and gardening.
not really home improvement. She does decor. She does the whole thing.
Yeah.
I got one.
She cooks and she sets the table, makes a beautiful landscape with it, or tablescape.
Rachel Ray.
Rachel Ray. There you go. She is. So it goes Gordon 1, Rachel 2, Bobby Flay 3. So then you got Martha at 4.
Ooh, and who's the last guy? Because you said it was 2 women and 3 guys.
Wolfgang.
Wolfgang is not on there.
Ooh.
No.
And he's old school. I like him.
I think so's this one. The last one has been around for a while.
I like Wolfman.
Wolfgang.
Whatever. And I knew him.
You're not good with names either.
We know that. I'm terrible with names. It's only bad if you sleep with me. Man, it's Guy. He's been around.
Yeah. What if I bam?
Is it Emerald?
Yes.
Oh, Emerald.
Bam.
Yeah. And you know what? I forget
Emerald was not rounded up the top 5.
The only time you see him now is when he's selling something.
Mm-hmm.
Like he sells his pots and pans and his chicken thing that you make. He used to be great for a while. He was
telemarketer stuff.
Yeah. And you see it like 3 a.m, you can't sleep. And all of a sudden you hear BAM! You're like, what the hell's going on? And he makes something. Wow, that's a top 5, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that to me goes as, are people watching? Because there's so many new faces on these cooking shows. Sometimes I'll go on the Food Network and I'm like, who is that? There's so many new, young, and up and coming. So I feel those are just the names people know.
I was shocked that Guy's not in there because, again,
Guy Fieri.
Yeah, he's at the number 1, the most food shows on Food Network. People love him.
I mean, I was surprised even top 5 Robert Irvine isn't on there because he's very likable too.
Yeah, he's very nice.
And he does a lot of stuff for the military. Yeah, I was surprised.
I just saw one he did a while ago at the Catalina Islands.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great one that he did. I've been out there a couple times. It's beautiful, the Catalina Islands out in off the coast of L.A. And yeah, I find him to be very intriguing. And you know when you hear him and everything like that. Guy, the only thing I've heard about Guy negative, like the last 6 months or a year, is that his kid's in a lot of the stuff. And he puts his kid in all the shows now. And his kid's just different than him. He's trying to make him a star, which I get.
Yep.
Nepotism 101. But he's just not him. You know what I mean? And he even tries to, add stuff in. And it's like, I like when he has, celebrities, people come on, the musicians and stuff like that. I think it's cool. Wow, I can't believe he's not in the top 5. Bobby Flay, the show he's got for years, Can You Beat Bobby Flay? I think that's a good show when he's out there. I'll check that out. Probably the Food Network is my number 2 after sports. I think if I had Food Network and sports, that'd be it. I don't watch anything locally. I just don't. And that's it. But, yeah, it's interesting. If you guys have a favorite chef, let us know. 877-927-6969. But I always thought, Franny, you could do something like that. And you love to cook, and I could see you doing something like that. Dom, you can be in the background maybe, helping, assisting.
Oh, I can be in the background. Great.
Just in an apron. Somebody at 47142 said I would do whipped cream shots off of Martha Stewart. Yeah.
Martha Stewart, a little bit of a hoe. We're finding out now. I thought she was little like Marietta Little Lamb. And all of a sudden, she's coming out telling all these stories about her cheating, running off with guys, just craziness. Totally different image. I think for now, she's like, I got so much money, it doesn't matter anymore. I don't think she's married now. But Martha Stewart coming out with some things. Dom, you had a callback, you said?
Yes, I do.
So, Dom, all right, let's crunch the numbers here. G hit 3 numbers in a row, right? The first number he had $100 on.
I didn't say that.
30 to 1 you're getting paid out, right?
35.
If you're
35.
telling me that G just got $3,000 and only put another $100 on the next number, I think you guys are smoking NyQuil. Okay? Franny, I think there's a lot more money than $10,000 in that freaking coat pocket. What do you guys think? Peace.
All right, roulette.
I mean,
it pays 35 to 1.
Okay, and I haven't even really been paying much attention. We know for a fact he's not doing dollar bets. I mean, that's a given. We know that. Maybe $100, maybe. But I do feel like there's more than $10,000 because it takes a lot to move the needle for G-Man. And when I'm telling you, he came in here in such a good mood. It was.
I was happy to work with you.
That is not why. That is not why. You were skipping and screaming. I was like, oh my God, I can't do this right now.
He was literally skipping.
He was. And so to me, he won a lot of money. He may have stopped by the bank and deposited it. So maybe it's not even his coat pocket. Because it was that much. You didn't want to carry it on him.
35 to 1. You hit it $1, it's $35. You hit it again, it's 70. Third time is $105.
Nobody believes you. Not one person. No.
Dominic,
you don't have a single in your.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never have a single. Like, come on, unless you're buying something from the vending machine.
Yeah. No, he barely. Like, he only has big bills every now and then. You got $1 or change. I mean, sometimes you'll have change on you.
Very rare.
But it's very rare.
877-927-6969. Let's focus. Who's your favorite chef? You got another call back too?
Yeah, I do.
So I grew up on Long Island up until 2002. I came to Florida. Never saw the tree. I went back there in 2012 to Rockefeller Center. It was absolutely horrible. Some little small tree and 1,000 freaking people. We got off the train, said, oh, great, goodbye. We went back. It was horrible.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. I mean, I think the tree's fantastic. I really do. It's something I miss about New York. I would love to go up Thanksgiving.
I think I was last there 5 years ago to see the tree.
It's been a while. It's probably been like 10 years since I've been.
It was super big and nice when I was there.
I mean, everybody's got a different opinion of everything. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. He's somebody from Long Island who never went, and then he went back to see it. It's his opinion. He's entitled to his opinion. Not everybody thinks the Mona Lisa is great. You know what I mean? Different tastes. I think it's fantastic. I think it puts you in a great mood at the holidays and everything like that. It's nice.
I like the artwork that Franny put up on our page. You know, with her editing of the photo.
It's professional editing I did.
What was missing that was taken out of the picture, though?
There was nothing missing. There was something that was covered up.
Oh, okay. Something that you shouldn't have had.
Yes.
All right.
I mean, I can have it. Legally, I can. But I just didn't want it to be, I guess, broadcasted.
And you asked our big boss?
To our social media pages.
Our big boss or our local or a regular boss if it was okay to
I went to the boss that I answer to first. Not the head boss.
Not the head.
No, I went to him first, and I was like, probably should take this down. He was like, yeah, probably a good idea. But then he laughed at me for not paying attention when I put it up.
Well, you didn't know.
Oh, I mean, I just didn't pay attention, I guess.
didn't even look at the background. I just saw the stone crabs, and I was out with a bunch of guys last night locally in Boca who follow you all the time. And they were like, wow, did you see all those stone crabs that Franny had?
So, yeah, my husband, I mean, better when you go down to the Keys, and just like I'd mentioned, I think they were at a market, and I know this sounds weird, to get pig's feet.
Okay.
To put in traps. So
For the stone crabs?
Well, yeah. So his boss has. He was down there actually for a job, but he was with his boss. His boss has a home down there, and he has a bunch of traps laid out. And so he wanted to get some pig's feet to put in his traps for this season to get some more. And so while they were there was a guy who was selling stone crab, and he got 5 pounds for $100.
Wow, that's fantastic.
That's like unheard of, right? 5 pounds down in the Keys for $100 is a place that they were getting stuff for traps for the stone crabs.
One stone crab.
Yeah.
In some restaurants is $85.
Yeah. And they were not the jump. They were large though.
I know. Large.
I mean,
large could be over $100.
Yeah, 5 pounds.
One.
5 pounds
That's
for
crazy.
$100. I was like, what a steal.
It is. You should have sold them in front of your house.
Should have go there. Yeah, I'm going to go there this weekend.
Forget about the feast.
I don't even think that's far. I think I can't remember what key it is, but I think it's one of like the ones that are more wet or like up north.
That's a fantastic
It's a
price.
great deal.
You never get that anywhere.
No.
Probably by
Well, you'll
Petty
get 'em
Camp
there.
somewhere over there.
Yeah, I can't remember what key they're on. But yeah, but when he told me, I was like, get 10 pounds.
So,
Yeah, no, it's a
there's
great
a
deal.
guy down by Miami Arena for years when you're going to Heat, when you're going into South Beach, and he's always got a sign that says stone crabs, and he sells them. And but yeah, I mean that's fantastic. They look great. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a good day. And listen to Rover with the keyword, your chance to win 13 times a day. Who doesn't want $1,000? I know I do. Dominic does. Franny does.
I love the text messages. Somebody goes, "Thanks for covering the dildo, Franny." I wasn't a dildo. I don't keep my dildos on my kitchen table. Let's see, Franny.
And if you did, you've had a lot of people want to come over for dinner.
Says Franny, get him on his phone. Maybe he'll leave that envelope on your desk. Yeah, somebody call him. Somebody call Greek. Distract him. Distract him. And then we have here, my favorite chef is Graham Kerr, the Galloping Gourmet.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he was years ago, I think.
I don't know if I'm familiar with him.
He was thinking the 60s, I think. Could be
Okay.
70s.
And then we have, when I hear BAM at 3 a.m, it's usually my ex throwing something at me.
My ex? You're still with her at 3 in the morning? That's not bad.
And then we knew this. They're like, Kristen Cavalier's ex-husband got a DUI the other night. Way to go, Jay. Yeah, we talked about that. Jay Cutler.
Yeah, Jay Cutler's just not liked. He never was, even when he played. Came across very bratty. Lost the championship game with the Bears and was like on the sidelines pouting. And he just never was a fan favorite. Just never was. Great quarterback. Good quarterback, excuse me. Had a great career at Vanderbilt. Smart guy. Played for the Bears, but just not a public persona that people liked for whatever reason. But his wife is hot. His ex-wife.
They're trying to get, people are talking about getting him to take over as a Bears head coach.
Oh, no, I don't think he'd be good. No, I don't think so. His personality sucked. All his teammates hated him. That's what they said. Anyway, the Bears need a new coach anyway because that coach just sucks. And that guy should be suspended, Stevens. They're glorifying him. He's like on all the TV stations. I'm sorry. You were talking to the crowd and the play was going on. Are you kidding me? Imagine if that was Belichick's team. That guy'd be gone. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Tuesday. We'll be back with some Florida stories and a lot more. Peace.
We're everywhere you need to be.
I've been everywhere, man.
Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio.
A dream 30 years in the making is a reality. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup.
Your Stanley Cup Florida Panthers are back.
Markov looks around, but they score! They score! It was Ted Cole!
They've savored the taste of victory, but a new season is starting, and they're hungry for more.
Shot, he scores! Gus Forsling beat the buzzer!
The Cats are back, and they're on the hunt for another championship.
Markov put right on a shot, and he scores! The overtime winner!
Listen all season long on Real Radio 92.1.
Start the celebration, South Florida. The Panthers have done it. Stanley Cup champions! Stanley Cup champions!
Your FM home for the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Taking a look at all of our cameras, it really is an easy drive right now up and down Palm Beach County on I-95. Just about 19 minutes between Palm Beach Gardens and Boynton Beach. The turnpike is also coming in trouble-free and up to speed. That's a look at traffic. I'm Dennis Taylor.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 five-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Hey, it's Franny, and get ready to celebrate Italian style at the 23rd Annual Galbani Feast of Little Italy. It's all happening November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in downtown Abacoa and Jupiter. We're talking amazing Italian classics, live tributes to legends like Billy Joel and Sinatra, plus mouthwatering food, Galbani cooking demos, Voga wine seminars, and activities for the kiddos. The best part, admission is free. Don't miss out. Head to feastoflittleitaly.com for all the details. The Galbani Feast of Little Italy is proudly sponsored by Joseph's Classic Market, Aperol Spritz, Atoll Vodka, and Walker's K.
Hey everyone, it's Jay Shetty, and I am so excited to let you know that my latest podcast interview is with the one and only Tom Hanks.
I have left many wonderful atmosphere or a loving atmosphere without thinking, oh, things were really wonderful back then. I wish I was back there. Jay, I don't think I've ever thought that.
Listen to On Purpose with Jay Shetty on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search On Purpose.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay. Let's go!
Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
International Diamond Center's incredible semi-annual store-wide sale is coming November 8th, 9th, and 10th. It's a 3-day, $60 million event. You can take up to 20% off virtually anything or get zero interest financing. That $2,000 Diamond Eternity Band is just $56 a month. Up to 20% off or 3 years zero interest financing. All rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, all fashion jewelry, plus special pricing on all GIA certified diamonds. It's November 8th, 9th, and 10th at International Diamond Center, US 1 and PSL Boulevard. On approved credit.
With Cybersecurity Awareness Month winding down, LifeLock wants to remind you to update your software. These updates are used to patch up security issues that identity thieves can exploit to gain access to your personal info. But for comprehensive identity theft protection, there's LifeLock. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal info and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start your 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my name as your promo code, Clay.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Give the star in your life the brightest gift in the world. Name a star after them. This is Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $59 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, you can name a star for birthdays, weddings, or even memorials. Over 45 years, we have named millions of stars for celebrities and individuals from around the world. The star you name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Visit starregistry.com or call 800-282-3333. Give the star in your life the brightest gift in the world. Name a star after them. This is Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $59 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, you can name a star for birthdays, weddings, or even memorials. Over 45 years, we have named millions of stars for celebrities and individuals from around the world. The star you name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Visit starregistry.com or call 800-282-3333.
Your Halloween soundtrack starts with Halloween Radio on the free iHeart app.
With your hands on your hips.
Plus custom playlists from every genre and the spookiest podcasts on the planet. Open the free iHeart Radio app, search Halloween, and listen now.
iHeart Radio.
Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Franny, and it's time to party Italian style at the 23rd Annual Galbani Feast of Little Italy. It's all happening November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in downtown Abacoa and Jupiter. There's going to be amazing Italian classics, live tributes to legends like Billy Joel and Sinatra, plus mouthwatering food, Galbani cooking demos, Voga wine seminars, and activities for the kiddos. And get this, admission is free. Head on over to feastoflittleitaly.com for all the details. The Galbani Feast of Little Italy is proudly sponsored by Lytle, Ryder Smith, Ivy and Frauenroth, Trial Attorneys, Storm Tight Windows, and American Bath and Shower.
Real Radio weather.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We start to clear up into this afternoon, fewer clouds in the forecast. We do still have that isolated risk for some showers as we move through the rest of the day into this evening. High temperatures will get into the low and mid 80s across the area, feeling much more pleasant with dew points in the 60s.
This report is sponsored by PureTalk.com. Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some red zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword deposit at realradio921.com. That's deposit. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
You're back in the Penthouse on a Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a good day and enjoying yourself. Keyword just came out by our boy Rover. Hope you're always listening to Rover and his crew in the morning. They get you out of the gate. And then we take the ball from him and we rock and roll into the Greek zone. And then we ended up in the afternoon with the news junkies. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
And maybe you just got down here from, who knows, Acapulco. And you were away all summer jumping off the bridges and Red Bull or whatever. And Dominic's our new producer. Jimmy's still with the company, but he's not on the show anymore. And Dominic's been with us, I think, about 7 weeks now. Has that been 7?
Something like that.
And he's done a very good job. Franny didn't want to get him in the beginning, but I said, let's give him a chance.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Good to know.
Don't listen to anything that comes out of that guy's mouth.
I said, Franny, give him a chance.
Oh,
Don't
my
be so
God.
judgmental. Don't you have a drop for Franny saying something?
Oh, you want that drop again?
Yeah, it was about her being judgmental. What is it? I mean, I think you got it. I mean, just.
Oh, hold on, wait. I got to find it again real quick.
That's all right if you can't.
It's right here. Right there.
How dare that come from somebody who looks like they're homeless?
It's so brutal. So judgmental, my God. And good thing I'm the one who just looks past everything and people. Franny's here.
Hi.
Sorry, Franny.
That's all right. That's all right. You know what? I know the truth, and that's all that matters, Dom. That's it.
I think you and me both know the truth.
Great job. Time for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida. Did you say
Florida.
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
All righty. Well, we will start with an unfortunate thing that happened to one of our very own police officers, and this was at a game. We're like, what? I didn't know. I didn't see it happen. I don't know if this is a deal during the game. If anybody noticed, I asked you guys, and you guys said that you didn't, right?
No.
So this was the Bucks and Falcons game.
I don't think we had that one local.
What happened?
I don't think we had that one local, did we?
Well, just on any of them.
I'm just saying.
No.
I
Yeah.
don't think we could watch it.
We don't get Tampa games. We usually get Dolphin games down here. And then obviously, if you have other games, their networks, you get different stuff.
Yeah, so they said that Florida police officer was injured after suffering a broken ankle during the last play of the Buccaneers-Atlanta Falcons game, and this was in Tampa. Sunday, they said Buccaneers quarterback Baker Mayfield threw a Hail Mary pass as time expired to the back of the end zone when receiver Raheem Jarrett caught the ball out of bounds. So he ended up landing on an officer who was facing the stands. He had his back turned to the game, so did not even see what was coming.
Sad.
Yep, they said that FHP, Florida Highway Patrol, gave thanks to the Atlanta player, then immediately checked on the officer after the play. Yeah, so ended up having to take that dude to the hospital.
I hope they give him tickets for another game.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, then he gets to go and hang out, not to work.
Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah, because he was definitely working.
Yeah, maybe just to hang out and enjoy the game.
And then next up in your What the Florida, we have 6 Florida men, Volusia County men, who are in big trouble. Jesus, Edgar, another Jesus. Jonathan, another Jesus. They're all named Jesus.
They kept it simple. So this way we get caught. We don't want you guys to have to worry about it.
Jesus, Edgar, Jonathan. Let's see. I can't find the other guy's name. But yes, there were 6 of them total with the 5 defendants that they had here, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Orlando, that they said that it was a group of 6 led by Angel. Maybe that's why. Maybe this Angel guy who wasn't on the list, he's probably in more trouble. So they have been charged with all kinds of stuff, including firearm trafficking and straw purchasing, whatever that is.
What's someone can buy straws that are hot?
Involving
Like
at least
straws.
10 firearms.
Why are you laughing, Don?
They
You don't believe
said
that?
that one person in particular, but the other guys got busted with a bunch of stuff. Excuse me. They were part of a firearms trafficking ring that resold high-powered weapons. They said that these weapons were capable of blasting through armor, is what they're saying. Not just body armor. They were talking about vehicles, able to penetrate and disable vehicles, aircrafts, boats, all kinds of stuff. So they were actually selling it and pled guilty in federal courts. And now they're just awaiting their sentencing. They were selling it to the Mexican drug cartel. That's who they were selling it to. Yes. Then
tough situation there.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt about it.
Then next up in your What the Florida, I have a feeling this Florida woman probably no longer works for Uber Eats. This Polk County woman.
Sure?
Yeah, this Polk County woman. She had a hankering for a late night snack. Ended with her allegedly ducking for cover as an Uber Eats driver spit in her face and stole her front yard decor.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so this happens. Documents show that Alessandra Aguilera, she's an Uber driver, went to this woman's home, Davenport's home, shortly before midnight to make a delivery. According to the arrest report, the woman inside the home said she went outside and confronted her after seeing her take some food from her bag that she ordered. She saw it happening. And it's like, first of all, if you're going to do it, maybe do it inside of your car where you don't see. Don't do it. Don't steal people's food. But she's like, this woman just did it so blatantly.
Thank you very much.
So when both women were under the overhang, they said above the entrance of her front home, the victim said she saw her holding her $10 Happy Fall, y'all sign. She has a sign, Happy Fall, y'all. When the victim grabbed the sign, she said the pair began to argue. That's when the Uber driver spit in her face. She said after being spat on, the victim said she covered herself with the sign and moved to the furthest point from the suspect before being stopped by the closed front door. She said that it shows that she then took a decorative urn from the victim's yard, walked back to her car, where the victim said she saw her decorative column by the suspect's vehicle, so took more things. They said that she was also missing 4 decorative plaster pumpkins worth about $75 each.
Those are expensive.
So this woman just was taking all of her yard decor.
She took everything.
They said, yeah. They ended up tracking her, the Uber driver, Aguilar, to her home in Winter Garden. They say that she admitted to making a delivery to the victim's address last month. According to documents, the victim said she was not able to pick her out of a lineup. They said from a photo, because she has a brain injury that impacted her memorization ability. However, the victim described the suspect. She gave her a little bit, and not just that, they were also able to go back to her records on Uber Eats, which you can absolutely do. It's super easy, and it'll tell you who was going to deliver the food. And so just like that, she was charged with burglary, with assault, and grand theft from a dwelling. And that is your What the Florida.
Great job there, Francis. If you look up the screen, national championship odds, Georgia is still favorite over Oregon, even though Georgia is not number 1. And Georgia will be taking on the Gators this week, 3:30, a game every year, that in the Orange Bowl that I put down that I got to watch. I always love watching Georgia and when they take on Florida. 3:30 this week, 12:30 pregame, locker room beyond before that. But Georgia taking on Florida, minus 17. And the Canes are taking on Duke. That is Saturday, too, at 12 o'clock at Hard Rock. They're laying 20. Man, that is a lot of points. Penn State, Ohio State. This is a great weekend for college football. I'll be doing all these picks on my Instagram later today. And we're going to be at New York Prime, and we'll put it up there for you guys to check out. The Ohio State game, the Florida Gator game, and the Cane game on Saturday. Dom, are you ready?
I am. You ready?
What do you got? I'm ready, but what do you got?
Hey, this is Granny.
Wow.
Rick, you know I'm your favorite chef because my Virginia is always cooking. Honey?
That'll knock it right out of you.
It's been a while since we've heard from Granny.
Yeah, I thought she was
It
deceased.
has. It's been a long time.
You got another one?
I do.
Nice to hear from her.
My favorite chef is the G-Man, because G, you were cooking up some big pot of BS with this casino story. You know you banked.
Oh, we know he did.
If you missed earlier in the show, where were you? I had a friend get into a little jam like 4 a.m., so I ran down to Hard Rock, being a good friend, because that's the way I was raised by my mom and dad. And he got into a little bit of a, let's say, a canarsie, a little bit of an issue.
Canarsie.
Yeah. So I had to help him out, and I did. And as I was leaving, I saw a roulette table and a young lady sitting there all by herself, and I said, let me give you a spin. And she looked at me and smiled.
Talking about the lady giving her a spin or what?
Well, I threw it out there, whatever happened, because I knew she gets off at 6 o'clock. So I put $1 on, I think it was 34, and it hit. Then I think it was another 30 and 32. One of the orders of three. 3 times in a row I hit. And so I had $1 on each, and it paid $105. So I was happy that I won $105, and I was happy I helped a friend, because that's what life's about, helping each other. There's no chalkboard with friends. You don't keep tabs. You just do what you do.
You always say that, but you are one.
You bet your ass.
You got a huge tab. I've seen it. I know. If he ever says no strings attached, do not believe him. There is definitely a string attached to it.
Unless you come back to me for something or go against the organization, then I'm bringing it up. But if not, it's out there. Anyway, that's what they're talking about. I won $105 this morning. I was very happy.
Yeah,
and I came into work.
Nobody believes that.
And
you wouldn't be that happy for $105.
No.
Sorry.
I'm happy if I win a scratch off at $30 and I get 20 back. I'm just happy. I mean, just like I talked to our boss this morning because there was a lot of traffic coming back up here. And I was like, man, it took like 2 hours because I took the turn back up. And he goes, 2 hours? I said, no big deal. Just driving to work. So Trump had a rally at Madison Square Garden. We talked about it. But he wanted to get 50 Cent to perform. They offered him $3 million, and he said no.
He just, I don't know what side he stands on, but he said he doesn't want to do anything political.
Yeah.
That's it.
I know, but
Which I get.
How much money do you have to turn down $3 million? He could have went on stage and said,
50 Cent is flush. He's fine.
I know.
He's okay.
$3 million is $3 million. I would have went on stage and said, look, I'm not going to tell you who I'm voting for, but they're paying me $3 million.
But if you are at somebody's rally, then people assume that's who you're voting for. So
I would say I disagree, because I would say if I wasn't getting paid, then you know what? Then I'm doing it as a benefit. But if I'm here and I'm getting paid, don't mean I'm voting for
in your mindset. But the general public, everybody else who's around, sees that Greek is either at a Harris or Trump. Whatever one you're at, that's who people are assuming you're backing. Because you are performing at their rally.
Again.
I know you have your own weird way of looking at things, but I just think that would be the assumption.
But it's not a weird way if I'm getting paid. If I wasn't getting paid and I did it and I said...
So you're saying you're like a sellout is what you're saying.
Yeah! I'm a sellout!
So even if you didn't believe and you absolutely were just like, I do not like this candidate whatsoever. But
and I would say it up front. And I would tell Trump, I'd be like, I'm not going to tell you who I'm going to vote for. I'm saying I'm for you or I'm against you. But, bro, $3 million? $3 million. Show me the money. Yeah, I'm out there.
Is that taxed? Or could you get out of the tax somehow then?
No, I don't want to be that guy. I want to pay my taxes. You don't want to fool around with the Uncle Sam. It's like the wise guys.
But you're dealing with Uncle Sam, so maybe you could get out of it then.
Nah, I don't want that. Just pay me. Take out my taxes. Just leave me what I got. It's one night, couple songs. Hey, God bless them.
He said no.
Yeah, I mean, I just think I think it's
Well, some are very vocal about it,
Yeah.
but I think the assumption people would definitely think that whoever you're performing for is who you're voting for.
and I'm not disagreeing. I'm just telling you, if I wasn't getting paid, yes. Then if I was out there volunteering, I'd be like, I'm at a Harris rally or a Trump rally, and if I'm not getting paid. But if I'm getting paid, obviously I could be bought. So then maybe I do the other one the next night for $4 million.
47142 started off with Real Radio. Greg brought up an interesting quandary. Do we watch the Jets-Giants game on Thursday night or hand out candy to a bunch of Rugrats? Either way, it's going to be a horror show. I will be making the best of Thursday night by watching the game in my garage while throwing candy at the Rugrats and secretly eyeballing the young moms dressed like working girls. I'll be wagering on the Jets Giants to go over and the young moms to go under.
Wow. Who's this from?
You.
Of course it is. He is perfect for this show. He is so unbelievable. 877-927-6969. Dom, we didn't ask your opinion. We're going to ask if somebody wanted to pay you to be at a rally, would it mean that would you think it would mean that the person backed the person?
Yep.
You would?
Yep.
All right. No problem. To me, I think everybody's a sellout. People just don't have the balls to say it because they're afraid they're going to look bad or, ooh, wow, this or that. Come on, be honest. You're getting paid.
There's some stories coming out about the Fat Joe performance saying that they couldn't get 50 Cent or they couldn't get Jay-Z.
I believe it. You know what? Where I was, I'm not kidding. Everybody said, why didn't they get Jay-Z? People said it, and I don't even know that you said that. I was surprised they got him too, but I think maybe they couldn't get anybody else. They did. He is a big Yankee fan, but so is Jay-Z. Jay-Z's been a Yankee fan for years. It's in his New York song. I made the New York Yankee hat more famous, and, it's in there. But I don't know. Maybe they had previous engagements or something like that. And obviously the Dodgers had Ice Cube, so they went with that, and they wanted to do something like that.
People were giving him crap for wearing Timberlands. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were giving him crap because he wore Timberlands on the mound, and they were just like, doesn't he know better? They said what he was wearing on his feet. They said people were worried about the potential damage to the dirt and stuff ahead of the game.
They know what? It's just they're not a fan of his. Because Jeter went out there throughout the first pitch. He was on the mound. He had dress shoes on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you really want to. But Jeter's a god. I mean,
To them, yes.
Yeah, everybody loves Jeter. I mean, it's just if you're a Yankee fan. Now, Franny, I know you had something here that I got a long list of something you're so simple that you're terrible at.
No, these are things that are, and a couple things on here I'm terrible at,
So
but
am
things
I.
that should be so simple. And they went onto social media, and you can add something too. They just think about this, and I'll give you some examples here so you can understand what we're talking about. Yeah, things that are so simple to do, yet somehow you're so horrible at doing them. All right, so some of the highlights here, which I'm pretty good at, and the estimated time, but you can also test it out. But estimating how much pasta to cook, and also the time of making it perfect. All right, they also say this one. I can do it, but I'm not great at it. It drives me crazy. Wrapping gifts.
Oh, yeah.
I suck at it. I see people who like perfect corners and edges and everything like that, and I'll wrap them just because I feel like it's nicer to do it myself, but it's not pretty.
I'm good at that.
Yeah.
And I love doing
Well, you love folding clothes too. Like you're good at this folding stuff.
Yeah.
And, yes,
Yeah.
you're very nice and neat when it comes to corners. I suck at it. But you normally don't wrap gifts. You normally get them wrapped.
Yeah,
by
well,
somebody.
if I'm at a store, and because a lot of stores, they'll do them for you. But when it's somebody like personal that I have a relationship with that I care about, I'll do it myself.
Oh, okay. I guess it doesn't care about me. You've never gotten a wrap gift from him.
Oh, my God.
Wrapping gifts, that's one of the things. Should be simple. I'm horrible at it. They also said following driving directions or giving directions. They're like, I have a sense, right, of cardinal or even telling left from right. They're like, but I'm really bad at giving directions or following them.
Terrible.
Parallel parking. And to me, I don't know if this is always simple, depending on the space you have, right?
I'm good at that. I don't know why. I just am. But, I mean, a lot of people have a hard time. My buddy last week, we were in Fort Lauderdale, and we're going out to dinner, and you had to park on La Solis. He couldn't do it 3 times. 3 times. I said, dude, get out. Let me do it. And people are beeping. And he's like, Saturday night, 10 o'clock. You suck. And I was like, let me do it. He goes, Greek, you're going to do it? I said, yeah. And I did it. 1 shot. He was like, he was totally shocked. It was like he saw somebody like jump out of a building and fly. He was like, oh, my God, I can't believe you did that. I'm like, relax, bro.
Things that are simple that you're just horrible at. Somebody's perceiving time. This one, never been able to do it well. Whistling, things that should be simple but aren't.
How are you, Dom? Can you do it with 2 hands in your mouth?
What? 2 hands in my mouth?
Can you do it with 2 hands in your mouth?
If I could, I wouldn't be here.
No, I have my aunt. She's the one that when she needed us in the house or out of the pool or whatever, I mean, she was where she would take her hands and squeeze her lips and a lot of things. Still to this day.
That's impressive.
It is very much so. Let's see. Things that should be simple. Doing anything while someone is watching. Okay. Hula hooping. Somebody put on here. I'm a great hula hooper, I must say. They say...
I thought that about you.
Making hard-boiled eggs. All right.
Can't do it.
Operating a manual can opener. Can you operate one?
A manual one?
Yeah.
Probably not. I'll tell you the simplest thing that I'm terrible at. I can't make a tie. If you gave me 10 grand and said make a tie, I would try, but it's going to look terrible. I just can't.
And that's the thing. Some people say it's not simple. Like this, I can do this, but a lot of people can't. But they consider this simple as eating with chopsticks.
I can't.
Simple things that people can't do.
Can you do it?
No.
I can't do it. I think it's sexy, though. If I see a girl eating with chopsticks,
So
I'm
I
like...
stopped eating with chopsticks here in the studio.
Are you serious?
No. I used to always eat with chopsticks, though. I do a lot. I do a lot at the house.
It's a sexy thing. You know what I mean?
But my husband makes fun of me. If it's not a meal where I have to cut with a fork and knife, like with a knife, I eat with chopsticks. Doesn't even have to be Chinese food. I'm always eating with chopsticks at home.
It's better when you don't have to put the washer and dryer, fork and spoons.
Shuffle. You still have to clean the chopsticks, though.
Yeah, that's simple.
Okay.
Just dip it in.
Shuffling cards. They say simple things that people are horrible at.
I'm good at that.
Let's see. Someone said rolling my R's. Not everybody has to roll their R's. That's certain languages.
I was going to say rolling a joint.
Someone,
I got that.
I know you did. I didn't even ask you. I know you're good at that. You and Franny, that's a connection.
Someone said I can't tie a balloon after blowing it up. Something simple that should be. This is interesting. Someone said drinking out of a glass. 9 times out of 10, I'll slam the cup into my teeth or pour the drink on myself. I don't have good depth perception. That's unfortunate. Hey, guess what? Straws will probably be your best friend.
I know somebody who has that problem with coffee. Like, cannot drink coffee without spilling it. I mean, whether it's in a cup, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, every single time we're together, she spills it. And she always has nice stuff on it. I'm like, why do you, I say that what you just, I said, why don't you get a straw? She goes, I'm not going to drink coffee at a restaurant out of a straw. I go,
I drink mine out of a straw.
I go, you always spill it. I go, then you want to go home or take off your top. And that's crazy.
But not just that. I drink it out of a straw too because this, I don't know if this is true or not, but it helps so it doesn't stain your teeth.
I've never heard that. But if you're but if you're in a restaurant, would you drink coffee out of a straw? Well, like in a cup? On a saucer?
Well, like a mug, I guess I haven't.
Like a cappuccino, I'm saying.
But if I was her and I always spilled it on myself, yeah, I probably would. I don't have issues spilling it on myself, though. But if that was a constant issue, I might start putting a straw in my mug, yeah.
It is the Penthouse. We're going to come back with some more easy things that we're not good at. You guys can add to the mix. I had a girl I dated. She couldn't tie her shoes. Very much a problem. Thank God I was there.
Slip-ons.
It is the Penthouse. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
I went shooting a couple weeks ago at a place I'd never been to before, and they have
a gun range, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Right?
Minigun range.
It'd be weird if it wasn't. The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
This is an FNN News alert. Hurricane Milton. The death toll from Hurricane Milton in Florida is at least 12. 4 of those deaths were in Volusia County. Sheriff Mike Chitwood has details.
2 of the deaths were from falling trees. 1 of the deaths was from boarding up their property, and they took a heart attack while doing so, and another was a cardiac arrest that first responders could not get there in time during the height of the storm.
Milton made landfall in the Tampa Bay area last night before moving across central Florida and exiting the peninsula into the Atlantic at Cape Canaveral. The governor says search and rescue efforts are continuing after Milton slammed into the state. He said there have been at least 340 people rescued so far. The governor noted power has been restored for 880,000 customers. This has been an FNN News Alert. I'm Larry Spillman.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
still a pretty easy drive right now up and down Palm Beach County on I-95 and the Turnpike. We're also not seeing hardly any delays at all on Military Trail if that's your northbound, southbound route. And also US 1 in pretty good shape. That's a look at traffic. I'm Dennis Taylor.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Burrito. Wendy's Breakfast Burrito is everything you want for breakfast. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese sauce, bacon or sausage, all rolled up into one warm tortilla. Want the boss of breakfast burritos? Gotta be Wendy's at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Hey, South Florida, it's Franny. And at GiveMeTheVin.com, they know all used cars are the same, and they pay more for the clean ones. If your car is nicer than everyone else's, they'll pay you more. Got a regular car? They'll pay you top of normal. Even if it's a bit rough, they'll still pay you top dollar for crappy. If they can't be your CarMax offer, they'll pay you $100. They'll even show up at your house with a check in hand. Get started today at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
The 2024 presidential election is here. MSNBC has the in-depth coverage and analysis you need. Our reporters are on the ground. Steve Kornacki is at the big board breaking down the races. Rachel Maddow and our Decision 2024 team will provide insight as results come in. And the Next Day Morning Joe will give you perspective on what it all means for the future of our country. Watch coverage of the 2024 presidential election Tuesday, November 5th, beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern on MSNBC.
Hey, it's the Greek. Today's job market is not like the old days where people stayed at one place for 30 years. Well, maybe you left a job and you have an old 401k. You're not sure what to do with. Call Trajan Wealth today to discuss how to optimize those funds and get the money working for you again. It's your money. Don't let it slip through your fingers. 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. Offices in West Palm Beach. If you have an old 401k, don't leave it in the drawer. Take it out. Call Trajan Wealth today, and they'll look at it and figure out the best way to make your money work for you. And remember, it's your money. 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. Trajan Wealth can help you with your old 401k and make your retirement a lot easier. Offices in West Palm Beach. Call them today at 561-390-1000. Peace. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
I received a call one time, and the man said, "You probably won't call me back because I'm just a nobody." I immediately called him back. Nobody's a nobody.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
I always wanted to be the lawyer who represented the little guy, the voiceless, the powerless.
I was rear-ended by a car probably doing about 50 or 55 miles an hour. My car caught on fire. I'm a paraplegic, so I couldn't get out of the car. They were struggling to get me out of the vehicle. After the accident, I gave Morgan & Morgan a call, and they understood what I was going through, and they were there to help me each step of the way. It made me feel that I had people behind my back to help me and resolve the case.
I represented him, and we did well because we get the chance to help people put their lives back together and to go on as best they can after a life-altering day. There's only one you, there's only one Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
777. New patients, only 77. Bring a family member, only 67. Transfer patients, just 57. Call 561-269-4137. Again, that's 561-269-4137.
Hey, it's Franny, and it's time to party Italian style at the 23rd Annual Galbani Feast of Little Italy. It's all happening November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in downtown Abacoa and Jupiter. There's going to be amazing Italian classics, live tributes to legends like Billy Joel and Sinatra, plus mouthwatering food, Galbani cooking demos, Voga wine seminars, and activities for the kiddos. And get this, admission is free. Head on over to feastoflittleitaly.com for all the details. The Galbani Feast of Little Italy is proudly sponsored by Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath Trial Attorneys, Storm Tight Windows, and American Bath and Shower.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by the physicians at MMJ Health.
With Cybersecurity Awareness Month winding down, LifeLock wants to remind you to update your software. These updates are used to patch up security issues that identity thieves can exploit to gain access to your personal info. But for comprehensive identity theft protection, there's LifeLock. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal info and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start your 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my name as your promo code, Clay.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer. Oh, no.
So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning. The cap is loose on that ketchup.
Ugh. Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Get immersed in new worlds and ideas with Audible. Explore an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals, all in one easy app. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm PBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Crow. We start to clear up into this afternoon, fewer clouds in the forecast. We do still have that isolated risk for some showers as we move through the rest of the day into this evening. High temperatures will get into the low and mid 80s across the area, feeling much more pleasant with dew points in the 60s.
This report is sponsored by PureTalk.com. Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
I'm Julian Edelman.
I'm Rob Gronkowski.
Welcome to Dudes on Dudes. We're going to highlight players, and we're just going to sit here and talk about them. And we'll get into the types of dudes. Is Randy Moss a stud or a freak? Is Tom Brady a dog or a dude's dude?
We're going to find out, Jules. New episodes drop every Thursday during the NFL season.
Listen to Dudes on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Dudes on Dudes to start listening.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Oh, it is The Penthouse on a Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. It's almost the conclusion of the show. Ooh, big word. But we'll get you through to 2 o'clock today on a Tuesday. Don't forget Instagram if you want to win tickets to Stewart Air Show. And 13 times a day, you get a chance to win $1,000 from our boy, Rover. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
And, of course, Francis is here.
What is up?
And we're going to get into Greek's trifecta, last one of the day.
Riders up. It's Greek's trifecta.
Yankees lost last night 4-2, so game 4 is tonight at the Bronx. It is Yankee Stadium. I wonder who they're going to bring out. Maybe they bring out Jay-Z tonight. Maybe that's the thing we don't realize. They brought out Fat Joe last night, who's not that fat anymore, lost 200 pounds.
Just Joe now.
He's just Joe. He's no more Fat Joe. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be tough for the Yanks. I think they can squeeze that a win. I do. I don't think they're going to turn it around. And I know the other thing is the worst celebration is you don't want a team celebrating on your home field, champagne and all that. They're going to see that rolled into the stadium. So maybe that'll get them a little excited and jacked up. Even if the Yankees lose tonight, I'm not disappointed because I didn't think the Yankees were going to make the World Series. I just want to see Judge get a couple hits. That would be my goal for Judge to get a couple hits. Home run, no, whatever. Just get a couple hits. That's all I'm hoping for. Last night there was a football game in the NFL, and the Pittsburgh Steelers have not lost in like 22 years on Monday Night Football. They kept the streak going. Also, the Jets and Giants are 2-28 on primetime games. Jets are playing Thursday night, so what do? You bet against the Jets. They're playing Houston Texans. I think the line is 1. So these teams do not play good when the lights are on them. The Jets and Giants, Thursday night is a primetime game. Panthers won last night 5-2. They ended up beating the Buffalo. Panthers off to a great start, 7-3-1. They are the champs, and we have the Panthers all season long on Real Radio. So if you want to hear the Panthers, put them on Real Radio, check it out, and just enjoy South Florida. Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Pollard Coffee and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach. Peace.
Real quick, I believe in a lot of your promos, you say sponsored, not sponsored.
Possibility.
I believe a lot of them you do.
It says sponsored.
No.
You got any you can back that up with? That you bring it to the table?
Yeah, I think your Polar coffee one, you say sponsored, something like that.
Maybe it's the audio.
It's definitely not Greek.
Yeah, it's definitely not you.
He would never. 47142. Start off with Real Radio. Says, pretty sure 50 Cent isn't voting. They say Republican or Democrat. I think he's a convicted felon for selling or trafficking cocaine and heroin.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Then he should have definitely did it.
They say $3 million to 50 Cent is like $300 to Greek, is what we have on here. Then we have wrapping gifts. Then why do I have all these extra groceries bags? Keeping it classy. Says, my wife was always great at giving directions. She's always telling me to go to hell or go F myself. And then this I did know, but just in case you didn't, it says, hey, Franny, you know that hole in the pasta utensil? Do you know what I'm talking about? The one that looks like kind of like a hand. There's a hole in the center for pasta. Yep. They say that hole, the amount of uncooked pasta that you fit right into that hole itself equals to 1 serving of pasta.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep. Let's see. Here's a quote from the guy who told Greek to keep it in his pants. The man who complains about the way the ball bounces is likely to be the one who dropped it.
That was from Lou Holtz.
Yes, and that's from our buddy Hugh.
Yeah, I met Lou Holtz years ago, and we had a big convention for iHeart, and he saw me talking to a lot of girls over 2-3 days. And he came up to me and goes, hey, why don't you keep it in your pants? So funny. Nice guy. 877-927-6969. Something that's simple, but you're not good at. Let us know. I'm not good at feeding ducks. Every time I go around a pond, I bring a lot of bread. I seem like I throw it over their heads, or I throw it in the water. And they always look at me like, what the hell are you doing, man? You make me work for this? Something simple that I'm not good at. Let us know.
They actually say bread is actually supposed to be really bad for ducks.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever hear that?
No, I never heard that.
I thought ducks love bread.
I mean, of course they do, because they're like, this is awesome. I don't get this in the pond. But the claim is that, not just that uneaten breadcrumbs do attract predators too, but they say, that's the natural diet is like pondweed seeds, insects, worms, small water snails, and stuff like that. They say so. It doesn't offer much to them. It's just a filler. So literally you're just filling up their stomach and making them feel full, but it's not really great for them.
Wow. All right.
And people still do it. You're still
very smart. Thank you.
And I'm sure that they love it. I'm sure that's like, this is delicious. I don't get bread here. But my claims are, I've just heard, and I did some research. That's not supposed to be great for them.
All right. So if you're ever feeding a duck, don't be giving them bread. And if they look at you funny, go, Franny said you guys don't like bread. What's the story?
Yeah, you tell them I said that. That's fine. I wake up one morning, I have a duck army at my door.
We got a bone to pick with you.
Yeah.
Something that's simple that you're not good at. Maybe making coffee. A lot of people think that's simple, and some people are not good as far as like putting the sugar in. They put too much or too much creamer. I had a buddy of mine who makes coffee for his girlfriend every day, and she always says to him, "You always make it wrong."
See, to me, this isn't simple, but I watch videos folding a fitted sheet. I don't get. Can you fold a fitted sheet?
Yeah, but I cheat because what I do is I'll put it like on 4 chairs. You know what I mean? Like stretch it out so it's on 4 chairs, and then I just fold it like that.
Huh?
I put it on 4 chairs, like a fitted sheet. You know, a sheet you put on 4, and then stretched out, and then I fold it.
Okay.
So I'm not like folding it by, you know what I mean, like without it, because it's already all the way out. You know what I mean?
But you don't have it hooked on the chair. You have it laying flat on the chairs.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
It's easier to do it that way. I learned that in the laundry business years ago. And then you just fold it once, twice, and then it's there. And my mom used to teach me about folding stuff. She was like a stickler. Like everything had to be perfect. You know, she'd be like, you'd be eating dinner, and she'd be like, your underwear drawer's a little messy. I'm like, wow, what a tough crowd. I mean, everything had to be perfect. Like the T-shirts, the blues went with the blues, the blacks with the blacks. Somebody came to our house one time, and they opened up my closet with everything, and they were like, oh my God, like everything's colored. But I just do it that way. I don't do it purposely. I just think I've done it for so long that that's where I do it. And then if I need something, I know where to look. But I don't even know what the hell I have, so it doesn't really even matter. Yeah. I put something on. I'm like, I didn't even know I had this. Something simple that you're not good at. Relationships.
Somebody said that on Reddit.
Yeah, what are you? Something good. Something
being
simple.
on time. People have on here.
Being on time.
Socializing. They put on here.
Being on time, I think, is something that you could just get better at. Obviously, you have to really just, if it's a hard thing for you to do, make a point of it. I think business is worse than social, but social is bad too. And I think socially, you should always, just like business, tell somebody if you're going to be late. This morning, we had a situation. We were supposed to meet a salesperson. I was on the turnpike. I emailed our boss. I said, hey, there's a lot of traffic. I might be 5 minutes late. That's all it takes.
It was a good day at the Hard Rock, you meant to say.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about my days at the Hard Rock or that I helped a friend who's in dire problems. He doesn't care about that.
I want to know about these dire problems, too.
He was a little jacked up. I don't want to get into it because it's a friend of mine. He had some serious problems. And he's married, so you know what I mean?
All right.
He might have been handcuffed to a bed. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. Never fear. The Greek is here. Wonder Boy or Wonder Man? Wonder Man. That's what I'm going to be for Halloween. 877-927-6969. Something that is simple that you're good at. Bruce Springsteen on Forbes magazine. They said,
simple that you're horrible at.
Horrible at,
yes.
Yeah. Making milkshakes. Ooh, how about that? You got to put the top on a blender because if it don't, it goes all over the place.
Yeah,
that sucks.
That's how it works. Top on the blender. Oh, I did see this. Did you see that McDonald's? You know how people always complain that their machines are broken, right?
Yeah.
Their milkshake or ice cream machine, whatever it is always broken and you can't get it. And that damn, and if you want it, doesn't matter if you want a McFlurry or whatever it is. So they are, and they've been having some problems lately too. They had a bit of a E. coli situation that happened. But they said that the problem might finally be solved. I love it. So there's a website. And they track where it's broken, the machines.
That's great.
Yeah, it's McBroken.com. So if you want, so if you want to go to, they said that they're somewhat accurate. But if you're thinking about going to the McDonald's around the corner from you and you want to get a shake or rice or whatever, they said that
you can find out if it's broken.
You can like Google and it'll be like, oh, it's not working today. But they do say at any given time, around 10% of these machines are down nationwide. Really? At any given time. But it turns out that the reason that they're always broken is because not just anyone can fix them. So there was a company called Taylor. They make those machines. And for years, they have been the only ones legally allowed to work on them. So you can't always get them out to fix these machines because they were the only ones that were allowed to under a contract with McDonald's. They make them, they can work on them. Well, they own the exclusive rights, so McDonald's had no choice but to wait around for an official Taylor repairman to swing by. And they said that now that's changing after the U.S. Copyright Office, which is interesting they weighed in. So they granted an exemption that gives companies like McDonald's the right to repair those machines themselves and bypass all kind of those digital locks. So starting this week, third-party companies can show up to fix the machines nationwide. It doesn't have to be this Taylor company. So the new rule just went into effect yesterday.
Ooh, so Taylor's screwed. Their monopoly's over.
Uh-huh. So, so that's it. So if somebody knows how to fix a machine and it's not that company, then they can go ahead and do it.
There it is, Dom.
I saw a TikTok of a guy actually getting a McFlurry. The lady hands him it, but all the cookies are still full for him. And he goes, is the machine broken? And she's like, yeah, machine broken. He legit walks around the counter, goes to the machine, flips it on, and does it himself.
Really?
In the McDonald's,
so sometimes they just don't want to do it.
They just don't want to do it. And they said there were people that commented saying, yep, usually at night, once we clean the machine is quote unquote broken until the next morning.
All right. I mean, listen,
and who's going to say something?
I would be hypocritical if I didn't say. I remember people sometimes would come in and want frozen drinks, and after I cleaned that sucker and it was 5 minutes till close, I'd be like, blender's broken. Nope.
You know what? It reminds me of two things I want to ask you real quick. This came up last week. As a bartender, what is the protocol in your mind or people's mind for people coming in? Is it 30 minutes too much? Like 10 minutes, 10 to 1? Did you ever have a time?
There are bars that do last call 10 minutes before actual closing the doors. So,
Okay.
yes, if they come after the fact, we will tell them, hey, we already did last call.
Okay.
30 minutes, you still got time. You still got
okay.
time. Yeah. And it just depends on the establishment. If a regular walks in and we're 10 minutes to close and we just did, we're like, all right, you can just have one.
Okay.
And then we're closing down. But it's not, hey, stay and hang out for another hour and a half.
It helps if you know the bartender.
That too. But everybody's different.
Yeah.
Every establishment's different.
Yeah, we were talking about this weekend. A couple of my friends were going into a place like I think it's 5 or 10 minutes before they close, and they gave them a hard time.
Oh, yeah, no.
They were like, yeah, we don't want to do this, and that. And they were like, why? Just one drink. And they were like, no. And just.
And a lot of time, too, I mean, if you've already cleaned up the bar and did this and that, put the bottles away or covered them, whatever it is, some people don't realize that. Sometimes some restaurants actually even burn their ice, which means melt their ice down. Not all do.
Okay.
So then you would have to go to the back and get some ice. They don't realize every bar is different when it comes to their closing procedures.
All right, proper etiquette for bars if you're ready to go to a place just before it closes. We had some things on there, simple things that you're not good at. Could be anything. Maybe making a speech. I don't think people think that's simple, but maybe if you're a best man or a maid of honor, some people are just not good at that. And if you're not good at that,
Just public speaking, some people are terrified of it.
Yeah, public speaking is a totally different thing. But I'm talking like if you're having to speak at a wedding.
Yeah, but that's public speaking.
Yeah, I guess so.
You're speaking in front of a bunch of people.
Yeah, and you keep it short and simple. That's my one advice for everything. The longer it goes, the worse it's going to get, usually.
And not just that, you're probably boring everybody there, too.
Yeah.
They want to get to drinking and dancing.
Yeah, so you just go up there and go, wish them a lot of luck. It's
Yeah.
probably not going to work out. Take $20 out of your envelope. Talk to you guys next week. Peace. 877-927-6969. Molly is a girl that I check out once in a while on First Take. Dominic was on me, and about 7 of my friends who were texting me, what did I rate her outfit today? I'm going to give her a 7.5. It's very different for her, but she had the schoolgirl, teacher look today. She had the hair pinned back, the long skirt, black shoes, black leather skirt, tan blouse with a sweater. So she could be like a teacher. So I'll give her a 7.5 today. Something different for her.
Is that what you thought? I didn't even see the bottom of her. How did you see the bottom of her?
She was just on TV.
But she's at a desk.
She was on TV there. She had a black long skirt, leather, black pumps, tan shirt, tan sweater, and she had a tan sweater, and then a tan shirt, and then a tan sweater over it. Turtleneck and her hair is pinned back all the way back in a long ponytail. I give her a 7.5, maybe a 7.8.
Okay, I see what you're talking about. I had to rewind the TV real
She
quick.
was standing up. Yeah.
Dude, when it comes to 5-letter, trust me. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. Instagram, if you guys want to go to Stewart Air Show, it is unbelievable. Franny did it. She got on a plane one time. Jimmy, our former producer, he did it. Dom said he's up for it. He would even do it. Me, not so much. But it is a great, great event. You'll have an awesome time. So go to our Instagram and check it out. Also, you got our boy Rover giving you a keyword every hour, 13 times a day. We don't know how much longer this is going to last. This could be it this week. Fanud. We only had one winner, and then that's it. What the hell are you guys doing out there? Come on. It's $1,000. What do you think? You're going to Hard Rock at 4 in the morning and play roulette and win $100? That's not going to happen. You got something to say, Dominic?
No, I'll keep my comments to myself.
I know. Somebody goes at 47142. They said, how much did it cost Greek to save his buddy's kneecaps? Is what we got on there. Maybe that's why you're at the Hard Rock. Don't know.
Yeah, a little bit of an issue.
Okay.
We are giving away turkeys again. We will give you all the details, where, day, and what time. Location. Thanks to DiMartino Produce, stepping up again. Done this for years with us. Great, great people. Always love to help the community. DiMartino Produce, talked to them yesterday, and it is official. We're doing it again. It's one of the best days. I enjoy being on the radio and being involved with iHeart and then be involved with the people that I work with. It's our pleasure to help the community. And so we'll give you all the details if you guys want to come out and support. And again, we do it very simple. If you need a turkey or know somebody who needs a turkey, you just come. We don't answer you any questions.
Drive on up.
That's it. And you get a turkey and you get produce. And you know what? You put a smile on somebody's face. We have a lot of people from local churches that come and always do it. That's, again, if you need a turkey or know somebody, or maybe somebody's a little bit older, and by themselves, you want to bring them a turkey or something like that. We do it every year. And I kid you not, it's one of the best days to be on the radio.
Usually they give you a few other things too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
for produce.
not just turkey. Yep.
You get a lot of produce with it. And a full corn, lettuce,
No, it's
tomatoes.
beautiful produce.
Yeah,
Some
unbelievable
sweet
stuff.
potatoes. Yeah,
Everything.
They do a nice job.
So DiMartino doing a great job. Thank you for listening to the show today, even though you should be thanking us. But don't worry about it. There's no chalkboard with friends. Dominic, great job. Clean look and a haircut. Whoa!
No more John Wick.
Whoa, no John Wick. Tom Hanks, maybe Big too. We'll see what happens. Great job, buddy. Thanks for all your help. You make my day a lot more fun.
I think the roulette did that for you.
What happened?
I think the roulette made your day a lot better.
No,
Definitely kicked off his day, in high gear for sure.
Franny, I
Skipping
love
on,
you. You are the
skipping in the
best,
studio.
best person in the world.
So when he walks away, I'm still gonna look into that jacket. I haven't been able to see what's in those pockets yet.
When it's big money, it's in my pocket. Great answer. Great afternoon for you. Thank you for all your help.
Oh, well, thank you, G-Man. Thanks, Dom. And, of course, thank you for listening. Keep on listening because, as G-Man mentioned, we're still giving away $1,000. We want somebody to win $1,000. I don't know. We'll call it about 5 to 10 minutes. Listen for that keyword from Rover from Rover's Morning Glory. Enter the keyword RealRadio921.com.
You guys have a good afternoon no matter what you're doing. And remember, help a friend out there. That's what it's about. Help your neighbor. Hold the door for somebody. Buy somebody a lap dance at Monroe's. Do something.
Might win a stack.
You might win a stack. And who's keeping track? It is the Penthouse. We'll be back tomorrow. Peace.
Hey, it's Rover from Rover's Morning Glory. Wake up with me each morning. Just tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1.
Hello.
On iHeartRadio.
This is an FNN News Alert. Hurricane Milton. The death toll from Hurricane Milton in Florida is at least 12. 4 of those deaths